try bringing us in, you'll see what happens. Because as soon as I get brought in, it's erection city. Like,
you're telling me that you're literally the mayor of Erection City?
I'm like the mayor from Jaws. I just don't care how unsafe everyone is. Everyone's surrounded by my erections.
Everyone's surrounded by... That's literally the thing you're going with. Everyone is surrounded by my erections. You're okay. You've got it. You got it. Hey, guys. It's us. It's PvP, and we're really late because of like so many things out of our control. But we're live now, and that's the main thing. Yeah. There was like... Just trying to get the headphones to work like 10 minutes ago was a fucking nightmare. Yeah. But we're live now. We're here. Hey, Maury. Hey, Tara.
I've spent all day shitting my soul out from, well, the only place you can really shit your soul out from.
Just like. So you're telling me that your Nebuchadnezzar was just unleashing full power?
Yep. My brown starfish is not good today. Not a good day for the South.
Not a good day for the South. That's a weird way of putting it. We can't see our normal scene, so I'm gonna just delete that there. We've got the wrong scene, but you guys can see us fine. But the scene wasn't the correct one.
This is one of many Christmas episodes.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, many Christmas episodes.
We'll do.
There's like 3 or 4.
3 more, I guess.
3 more, yeah.
No, wait. Well, it's only 2 more because the last one
will be Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So we got a Boxing Day episode,
and that's technically not Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong there. Embrace the season of these in these dark times.
I suppose we just have like a really, really spooky, evil Christmas where instead of giving each other gifts, you break into other people's houses and you don't take their gifts, you just destroy them.
So you're about to go very.
So they don't have any gifts either. So
no one. Sunny there.
No one has gifts. So you just destroy people's shit.
I mean, that's one way we could do it. I mean, I don't know if I'd want it.
I'll do it to you.
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens after that.
Oh, fuck you.
So you'll be the test house.
Right.
And that's about all as far as I've got.
I could see you breaking into my house and taking the PS5, actually, if I want.
Just battering the life out of it. Well, you know what?
I would break the PS4, take the 5.
Yeah, I would break the PS4. I would break your PS4 and then leave something of a similar size and shape, like a breeze block.
Right.
So you think like, oh, God, thank God, my PS5's fine. And then you go to play it, and you realize that it's just a breeze block that I've painted a white and black.
That sounds genuinely awful.
Yeah, because you couldn't tell. The only way you would tell is when you try to turn it on. You'd be like, oh, wait. I was fooled by the size and shape of this.
I'd really rather you did not break my PS5.
I'll not break anything.
Or steal it. Or any of my objects in my house, if I'm totally fucking honest.
What if there was a burglar in your house? I could break him.
That's fine, because he's not part of my general household.
Cool. I'll remember that.
Sure.
How are you this fine Saturday?
You know what? I had a nervous bad dream last night.
Oh, for God's sake.
I don't know if it's a thing with Fridays now, if that's it. But I know I talked about my bad dream last week. I had a new one this week.
Saddle up, people. It's time for therapy.
Do you want to know the weird thing I watched
therapy
this week
corner?
in my dreams?
What?
I watched myself have a seizure. It was quite weird.
Cool.
And I was calling out for help, and no one came because it was obviously a bad dream, and that was weird. So this time I actually did watch myself from a different perspective have a seizure. Work that one out, Mr. I'm so tall that I qualify as a doctor, because I did watch that episode back, and I remember your justification on that.
The therapist that I am, it's because I'm tall, I can look down on you while you're having your dreams, and then I can see, like a dog, like. When a dog's sleeping, it does like the whole dirty eye thing.
Yeah.
If you're not doing that while you're asleep and having this dream, then you're lying. And I didn't see any movement when I was watching you last night.
Oh, fuck you! You weren't in my house last night.
Yeah, that's what you know.
I do feel like the pressure's off for most gifts of folks. Is like, would have got you something better, but COVID.
That's true. I think me and Tara have already had like the how about we just don't do anything this year for Christmas.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, fine. And then she was like, I'll not get you anything. And then by the end of the sentence, she had went up to like, I'll get you like 5 things, and that's it. It's like
that went from like nothing to 5 fast, didn't it?
It went from like nothing to like a regular Christmas in the span of 1 sentence.
Thomas said we got quality hats. I've got some of the presents in. I'm going to
spend this whole episode just playing with my ball.
Nice. And I had a dream that me and the Vicar of Dibley were locked in a cellar because some people were trying to get us. Why the Vicar of Dibley?
That's a very specific. Were you watching the Vicar of Dibley before you had your horrible nightmare?
That would be terrible. Like I think
Was that the nightmare that
yeah,
someone was?
I mean, like if you got the option between Vicar Dibley and fucking Father Ted, and you're presented with Vicar Dibley, I'd be fucking feeling like I was having a nightmare as well.
Someone was trying to force. So your nightmare was just someone was forcing you to watch episode after episode after episode of the Vicar of Dibley. What a nightmare! What an actual nightmare!
That would actually be a nightmare.
Oof.
As a Father Ted man,
It's just as someone who's not interested in watching terrible TV shows. That's enough for me. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. No idea why that was. No idea why I was in his room.
apparently, I'm getting 3 things and then Christmas sex
I mean, that works.
or Sexmas. Suppose you just could have said there.
I mean, you could, given the fact that you guys are the only ones in your house now, you could
True.
literally destroy every room with
Yeah,
sex.
we're gonna have sex on the turkey, just on top of the turkey.
Are you not planning on feeding that to your family? That's probably not the seasoning they want for their dinner.
It's like, oh, it's a bit salty this week. Like, oh,
I mean, you do you, boo?
yeah. That's
I
how
don't know.
that's how I based my turkey.
I don't know how to respond to that one. It's like,
Big
you do you, boo.
Big splooges.
Did you say big smooges?
Big splooges.
Oh, it's
Call
big
me
splooges.
the three splooges. 'Cause
The
that's
three
what
splooges.
That's what I'm going to be doing.
Because you're gonna do 3 big fucking splooges.
I feel like we should cook it first. Yeah, well, we're not going to have sex in front of a raw turkey. That's just
In
insane.
front of it? You said on top of.
On
Did you not
top,
earlier?
yeah, on top of a raw turkey. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Or in front of a live turkey. I don't think you can do that.
When the halls aren't getting the only things decked.
I mean, that makes it sound like I'm going to hit her. A fucking deck, man.
I don't think anyone was insinuating there was like violence.
Is Molly is saying I'm just going to punch Dara. Happy Christmas. Fucking.
I mean, to have things decked is to put stuff on stuff. So you're,
Right. But like also getting decked is.
Yeah, but that's a very
Getting
Belfast thing, though. Like,
Oh, okay,
when you
right.
deck someone, that's a very Belfast.
That's what you could have said when the halls aren't the only things getting dicked.
Oh, you don't dick the halls.
Well, you do in my house.
Well, that's a bit different then.
That's what the whole conversation's about.
See, look, now you've horrified the poor girl. She's
Sorry. Sorry.
like, my headphones don't have thing.
Because
It
I-
does hold up.
You hold in the top one for a
Okay.
few seconds and should just think. Dick the hose and bells of sperm. Damn it. Couldn't think of anything quick
Yeah,
enough.
it's not working. I give up.
It's
I
fine.
hate these headphones.
We all hate them.
You're the only one who has functional headphones this week, then.
Well, usually you're the only one who has functional headphones, so now you know where I feel.
The thing is, the solution's meant to like, it's clearly connected, right? Because
Mhm.
it's switching the song when it shouldn't, but it just won't give me any volume. I don't know what is up with that.
Deck the hose with balls of John. There you go. That would have worked.
Do me a
Fuck me.
favor, would you?
I'm not doing it again because I'll just do the same thing.
No. You're not going to do it. There's a little toggle on the side you can flick up and down on the thing. That if I parent it, can you just try switching it a second?
What's that going to do?
I don't know. Maybe it'll help. Like, I'm literally saying to try something for a second.
No.
No, on the other side. On the other side. No, like literally like on the flat end of it. Oh, there we go. It came back. Maybe we just have it on the wrong set and it's trying to do too much.
Who knows?
Like once you've done that, there it was immediately turned on.
Oh, you see mine. I'll go off in a minute.
If it does, let me know. Then we know it doesn't work.
I don't care.
But yes, Dick the hose with balls of John. I mean,
Cheers. Happy Christmas.
happy Christmas.
Is anyone just thoroughly just not looking forward to Christmas? Even
I-
more so than they normally aren't?
So you do
This
know
year?
me as the normal Grinch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm not a Christmassy guy. You know I don't like Christmas. Never really have. It's never been my thing.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's kind of like nothing's changed. I'm just watching everyone else feel like me for once.
Cool.
And I don't want to say misery loves company because I don't want to take anyone's I don't want to take anyone's joy away from them. But like at least you know how I feel now.
I mean, like, to be fair, I think my last, 2 or 3 Christmases have definitely been the best because it's been the only 2 or 3 Christmases I've had that had no fights because me and Tara started doing the Christmas dinner, so that took away the fighting from the parents.
Yeah.
Also, I don't live at home anymore. Well, I haven't for, a long time, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, my minds are off. So I don't even see my parents until, 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
By which point all of the
By
stressy
which
stuff's
part all the stressful stuff is done. We've done all the cooking, and they just come to my house and get drunk, and that's it.
And they like getting drunk, so they're going to be very
like they come in, any presents they bring down, they just come in and leave them. They're like, you can open those when you feel like it. And you're like, yes, that's what you should do. That's what everyone should do. You shouldn't be forced to sit there and stare at people as you open presents.
Yeah,
because it's a bit cringe, like it's a bit sad.
Incredibly fucking cringy. Yeah,
I hate doing that.
Well, also means dick stuffing, so it's a full circle. We're just dicking things now. Apparently, we're just dicking things now.
Dick and stuff.
Came out for Christmas with my family this year, and that's my idea of hell.
I don't mind my family so much. It's just with the gatherings comes the problem, comes the shouts and stuff.
And like I'll see my mom and dad for like a solid 10
minutes.
Nah, for like a solid like 10 hours that day. So I'll maybe go there from maybe about in the morning, from about maybe 9 or 10, and stay there till about maybe 8.
Fuck me, you're that. I didn't know you were there that long.
Depends on the year. If I know everyone else is coming down, I'll reduce that time slot. But because like I don't want to see my brothers and sisters.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I guess are you like the only one that kind of goes down now?
It depends. My sister will go down. My brother, one of my brothers will go down, and the others kind of.
Do they like stagger all their times? So they're like, right, well, I don't want to see him or her, so I'll come down first.
No, I don't think they stagger the times. I think it's just they all got like rounds to do themselves.
Right. Well,
that's
all got
families,
I guess
I make a point of not seeing them.
Yeah.
Because I don't like any of them. So.
Hi, Mikey.
Hey,
Hi, Mikey.
But yeah, we've already went on our first tangent before we got into the feature creep. Isn't that just a fucking typical?
I kind of feel like people expect a little bit of preamble now.
Yeah.
We're just teasing. We're just a wee bit of teasing.
Just a
wee bit of teasing. But now you're going to learn stuff. You're going to learn some things about games and films
definitely.
and shit. See, people have a lot of things to say about their Christmases, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm not in a rush, though.
Yeah.
Not in a rush. I mean, if we can talk for Christmas for a while, we want to.
Yeah, the one Christmas I had over in the States with her folks was without a doubt the most awkward Christmas I think anyone has ever had in their entire lives.
Right.
And like the fight started the night before. Like it wasn't even like a Christmas morning fight. It was like a Christmas Eve, 5 o'clock in the afternoon continuation fight. So like by the time it even got to Christmas morning, everyone was already like kind of snipping at each other, and we were also made to get up at like, what was it, like 6:30 or something in the morning. It's like everyone in this house is over 30. Like there's no need to be up that early on a Christmas if you're over 15, 14, whatever. Like it's pretty essentially as soon as you stop believing in fucking Santa, you can stop getting up first thing in the morning. Well, like her parents wake up at like 5 every morning anyway. I don't really know why. So like to them, they were probably like, where is everyone? We've been up for hours, but it was literally just like the crack of dawn. Like, it's like, and then just people just getting the worst presents I've ever seen in my life, and the whole like, oh yeah.
Like no one know how to buy for anyone else. Like it's one of those ones where like just buying for them is difficult because you get those people who just like you don't know what to buy for them because they're that type of independent person.
It was like
what they own.
Yeah, it was like the presents between like her and her sister and her mum and her dad. Like those four that four thing. They were all pretty like, what am I? Yeah, her. I can't remember what it was, but like somebody gave her dad something, and her dad was just like, "What am I even supposed to do with this?" Like he had no. None of that fake like, oh yeah, this is great. I'll use this all the time. This will be sweet. Like I'll do stuff with this, or oh yeah, thanks a lot. I like really appreciate the effort. It was just like, this is shit. I have no use for this. Like, where am I going to put this? What am I going to do with this? And I was like, wow, I've never heard anyone just come balls out and be like, I don't like this present. You fucked up. I was like, right, that's a good that's a good 6 o'clock in the morning thing to hear. Like I was just sitting there, just like I just wanted to crawl into myself.
Was it your present you provided?
I don't think it was anything that I don't think it was anything I was involved in. I think we kind of got them all like kind of like little things that I think he had to say. He probably had to say that he liked it because it was from me, because he wasn't going to just be like, oh, you fucking shit.
It's like this young man's over to visit from the holidays.
Yeah.
I can't
start shit talking him.
Yeah, I can't brutally destroy him on a visit.
Yeah. So that was oh, yeah, okay, right. It was something from her mum to him. So, of course, he was like, well, I've known you for fucking 50 odd years, so I can say, get the fucking this fucking shit. What are you doing? But, like, it was just so... You could literally feel the awkwardness and the tension. You could literally feel it. It was like if I had like a knife in here, I'd just do that. Just take a wee slice of it and just
slap it on a bit of bread.
Just fuck off. Like it was so horribly awkward. And it was like dead silence as well, because it was like first thing in the morning, so there was no, like no radio on, no TV on, no fire going or nothing. It was just like birds chirping and just 4-5 people just staring awkwardly at each other. It's like, God, I want to die. I literally want to die. It went significantly up from the morning, but it could not have went down. It literally couldn't have got any worse. It was just like the levels of social awkwardness. I couldn't even, like, didn't know what to do with myself.
I feel like that's a universal thing though, like, because I did the same thing with my ex. I had to like spend a Christmas over there, and it just, there is just like a weirdness to it, because like you're just kind of like, I'm the weird outsider. Like you have this like outsider complex. Like they all have this very big family tradition. It's my first time I'm doing this. It's almost kind of like, it's kind of like going into a performance play, and you're with veterans, and it's your first day.
And no one tells you anything.
No one tells you. Everyone's just like working on like muscle memory.
Oh yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
But, like,
and you're
kind of like, what's my lines?
What do I do with my hands? Where am I?
It's kind of like that. There's that weird performance anxiety that comes with it. That's the way I always think about it.
You got to be on your best behavior and all. But you kind of think like, I think like Tara was kind of initially very like surprised that she thought that they were kind of gonna all be on their best behavior, because I was there. But her dad just didn't give a fuck. It's like, there's some shit ass presents. There's some shit ass presents.
I think that's kind of baller of her dad though. That's kind of like I just realized we could put on the Christmas version of the stream beats.
Oh my god! Well, I can't hear anything, so hold on. I'll do the thing again.
Do the thing again. I'm gonna put on. We're gonna put on.
Read some Christmas.
I'm gonna read. Yeah, sorry. We got some Christmas verses. These streamy beats. Let's say number 1 year, my auntie cried because her friend got her a dressing gown. It was pink and she wanted it in black.
I mean, I'd be very annoyed about that. You still here?
Yeah, still here.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Are we actually on Christmas music? Is this Christmas music?
Kind of Christmassy, like stream beats.
Right. Okay. Weird, but okay.
So the gown wasn't black; it was pink, and it annoyed her.
Well, I mean, like if someone bought me a pink gown instead of a black gown, I think I'd be pretty annoyed, like, because I would rather the black, but I would take the pink though. Ultimately, I think I would take the pink.
I would rock whatever is comfortable,
Yeah. Like, yeah, you can't. I suppose you just think like the Christmas holidays are just fucking. It's one of those things, like even by the time you get into a family, like, what they've been doing on Christmas, they've been doing for, like a long time. And, doesn't everyone just think that like every family gets on the same way at Christmas? Like, oh, I'm sure every family does this.
Yeah.
And then you find one that's like not so bad. And you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I thought everyone was just as bad as mine.
It's kind of like, why use not psychos like us?
Yeah. But like,
working if your headphones aren't working, or if
no, they are. I'm just trying to get comfortable.
So that's the problem of having like such a like long, flocking mane as you have. It's
true.
Like, it's just so hard. Like I got thinner hair, so controlling that shit's easier.
Yeah, I've got like a
untamable mane.
Real tumbleweed going on.
Yeah, you got. I like to call it untamable mane. Because I think it sounds more majestic. Well, tumbleweed kind of sounds shitty, but a mane.
Yeah, to be fair, it does, yeah.
But like
tumbleweed sounds a bit worse.
regal. It sounds prestigious. It sounds
like a lion.
Yeah, exactly. It's decadently luxurious sounding, if you know what I mean. You should never call someone's hair tumbleweed. It should be a mane.
You call your own. I call my own hair tumbleweed.
True, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
We see there's a lot of comments coming in here, guys.
See, people just, I think like everyone of a certain age just kind of like responds to Christmas stories in the same way, because everyone has,
I just want to apologize for not being able to read them all, because they're all going so fucking fast that like if we try, this is what happens on big streams. See, when everyone can resonate and people talk.
Yeah.
See me trying to catch up for a while. It takes me 10 minutes to the point where we're like, right guys, shut up.
Yeah. Can everyone stop being involved in the stream, please? For fuck's sake.
But like, we are reading them. It's just kind of it's fucking hard to get them all out.
No, as far as my current Christmases go, I am very happy with how they go at the minute, which is that we make all the food, so we make what we want to eat.
Yeah.
We get people in, we give them presents that they don't have to open until the next day or when they get home, and we immediately just get people drunk and get good tunes on, and that's it. It's the two least hassle Christmases I've ever had. Even though I'm literally spending 10 hours cooking, I have no problem doing that.
I feel like when you're cooking though, like see when you're not someone's not like stressing you out, because imagine if you're trying to cook in your family's house, would stress you out.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Kitchen,
yeah.
It's like you got command of this shit, and you know no one can tell you what to do. It's like fuck up, I'm cooking.
So I'm going to continue to keep doing that for as long as I can.
Yeah. I can't remember what I done last year. I know I went to my folks' house.
Didn't you come to my house later on the night?
Did I?
Yeah.
This is the problem. I know I do go to your house usually in the evenings because yous are nice people. You don't want to see me alone on Christmas.
That too.
Because like if I'm honest, I'll see my folks and I'll probably be out there by about 6 o'clock at the earliest. But then when I come back here, it's very much me by myself. And usually
fuck that.
Used to have been like, no, you're coming down the
None of that.
You're not sitting inside of Christmas by yourself, which is always lovely. And
anyone else is welcome down as well if you want.
But yeah, it's like I always try and come a bit later though, because I don't like to come in during your dinner.
Well, I think
the thing. I don't want to just like arrive right on your dinner.
The dinner happens from like 6 to 8 or whatever, and then you all sit around the table for a wee bit. You keep the banter going, and then eventually the cheese comes out, or like the like the night snacks come out. Yes. Everyone's like, yeah, because like an hour ago they were like, oh, I'm never eating food again. I'm so stuffed, and then they're like, oh, what's that? What's that? You got there? Is that cheese? That wee cheese? Or you got there? Get that out. So I mean, it's all good. Like,
apparently, Ocean's gonna be there. Set 2 more seats, lad.
I mean, I literally have more chairs than I know what to do with. So
that's true.
I had to put most of them up in the loft because there's too many chairs. So fine by me.
So I usually arrive about 8 or 9 usually with a bottle of whiskey or something. So I think I brought shortbread last year.
I think you did, yeah.
I think I dropped a tin of shortbread of yours. It's like, yo dog, thank you for having me. Here's some shortbread.
Here's some shortbread.
Here's some shorty bread. Shorty bread's good though. Shit's tight. Not like shortbread?
It's alright. I'm just not big on that kind of shit.
That's fair. Like, our old friend's a fucking fiend.
Yeah. Tara makes shortbread in like a cup in a microwave. I don't really know.
How the fuck do you do that?
I don't really know how she does it, but she just gets like a little whatever the mixture for shortbread is. Yeah. You can just pack a wee bit in a cup. Yeah. Stick it in the microwave for like 15 seconds or something like that, and it comes out literally just as a little shortbread.
That's mental.
Little thing that you just.
That is actually.
It just tastes of shortbread. It's pretty good though.
I'm gonna need to get that recipe. I know you can do cupcake because I've had those.
Literally in a cup.
Yeah. You can put like flour and I think like a bit of cocoa powder and some sugar or some milk or some shit or an egg.
It's essentially just the ingredients of a cupcake. Yeah,
and then you microwave it. And it turns into cupcake. Yeah. And you're like, what devilry is this?
I mean, I suppose like at that point the only thing you're really switching out is
the
hearts being heated up. I guess if it's the same shit, then it's fine.
We have some cupcake in a mug, right? And see, look at that. They're doing it right now. Eat the chair, problem solved. I don't know if I want to eat the chair.
No, we need more chairs.
The kitchen is quite small for you guys.
It's fine. It's perfect for two people cooking. Like, but there's a fair amount of like, right, move that so I can put this down. Get that out of the way so I can take this out of the oven. But it's just me
copy and paste that.
If someone could just screenshot that recipe.
Yeah, just like send me the screenshot. Just at me that shit.
Just take a photo.
How you liking our lo-fi Christmas though?
I'm liking it. I didn't even kind of realize. I forgot it was Christmas music there for a second. Just kind of sounds like lo-fi. Yeah, it's literally just lo-fi, but with like a jingle bell in it every once in a while.
Which is grand because you don't need. That's what you kind of want, right? Are you okay?
Bell. But I can attest to that recipe that it turns out real well, and I'm not even really a big fan of shortbread, but it's surprising how much it does, how easy it is as well.
It's just crazy. I'm gonna have to do that. Just when I feel like it's sweet shortbread in a mug.
Just a wee nice treat.
Just a little like I'm feeling a little bit cheeky. I'm feeling a little bit. Like I need a little bit of a pick-me-up, you know?
I'm a bit short right now.
Look at that. Where did you find these delightful fucking tins?
In Spar.
Oh, really? Did they do them for literally £1?
Oh, they're like £3 though.
Oh, fuck me. That's wild, because I'm looking at the side, it says 99 cents, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Oh, that's a straight up lie then.
Yeah. I'm like, is that just
I guess like it's probably like 99 cents plus whatever the import would be.
Oh, yeah, the import tax, okay. That
which
makes
would
sense.
be £2.
Because I used to get the Arizonas back. Like, I used to, my old work used to, or I still work there, but like the old building I used to be in, used to be like near Centra, and they would do those motherfuckers for like £1, and I was like, yo dog, gonna get those. Can't get them now though. Can't nowhere near anyone does it. So yeah, not so wicked.
Mari, it's not alcohol. It's just juice. But I suppose like our corner stores do have alcohol.
Our corner stores do have
Russell's
alcohol,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, Russell's and stuff.
It's
has
not. We're
alcohol.
not quite as bad as down Dublin, where you can
Oh,
buy
yeah.
alcohol literally from anywhere. You can buy anything.
Yeah, you go into like the local corner shops. Like,
Yeah.
Time to beer it up. It's beer o'clock.
It's like
Germany's worse though.
I feel that they're slightly more respectable with it all though.
Oh yeah. I don't mean like worse. I think it's a bad thing. It's just like
You can go.
you're
anywhere.
fine to drink the beer in general public, and
Aye.
like I watched a businessman on a train on his way to work at like 8 o'clock in the morning,
Who's all like
beering it up,
roast.
like a big big pint bottle of beer, just casually drinking on this train on the way to work. I was like, I was looking at this and I was going, I don't know if you're a high functioning alcoholic or if this is just the thing here, but either way, I'm kind of like, dog, that's pretty
Nice, well done.
well done.
Yeah, I think like if you just tried that here, you'd be ejected from the train. Like,
Oh yeah, you would. You really
so
would.
maybe
So,
not.
That's gonna be that like a real crispness to it. Don't know why I went chicka. I feel like chicka from something specific though.
Yes.
Should we get into?
I
the
suppose we
feature
should
creep?
probably start. Yeah,
It's like half an hour into our stream. We're having the podcast.
I think people.
Feature creep.
I think people have got their Christmas. They've aired their Christmas grievances.
That's what we're here for.
But if
we've done our preamble.
Our preamble, yeah.
Preamble.
Oh, here, fuck. We could have. We'll worry about it next week. Sorry, I just made a mental note of something there. Well,
Click.
yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that
So I have
sorted.
no idea
for-
what you're talking about
It's fine.
there. So
it's all good.
even I'm kind of like, on what the fuck are you talking about?
What's this guy talking about?
Yeah, that's actually.
Right, let's fucking get into it.
So, solid Snake snags an Oscar.
Yeah,
Why
a
do you
big,
for that?
a big sexy Oscar Isaacs. Oscar Isaac.
Isaacs.
Isaac. It's just Isaac. There's going to be a Metal Gear Solid movie. First time hearing about it,
Yeah, same. Actually,
which is crazy. I was reading into this a wee bit earlier on. It actually seems like it should be good. Like the people who are involved in making it, the director, oh shit, it's like Taylor Voigt or something like that. What the fuck is his name? He's the guy who done Kong Skull Island,
oh okay.
but he seems incredibly on the ball with like just like the modern way of thinking about stuff.
Yes.
Like when you hear video game movie, you eye roll a wee bit. You're
Yeah,
like,
of course.
right, okay, fine.
Terrible.
This guy is literally like, he's talking to like just people who have been involved in Metal Gear Solid games for the last like 20 years or whatever, just on Twitter, being like, yep, played that one, yep, here's me beating this, here's me running about riding with the invisible dog tags and shit. Like the guy absolutely has played MGS games before, and
So
he
he
is clearly is a fan. So like the Oscar Isaacs thing was his idea. He was like, there's a digital artist called Boss Logic who he was talking to, and he was like, shit, I would love to. The director was like, I would love to see Oscar Isaac as Snake, and the guy Boss Logic done like a mock-up of Oscar Isaac as Snake, and he fucking sent it to him. He like DM'd Oscar Isaac and be like, here, what do you think of this? He's like, this is definitely something I'd be interested in. This was a couple of months ago.
Shit. So
A fucking announcement that he's playing a Snake today. So like, it definitely seems like everyone involved in that movie so far actually wants to be involved in it, and they know what it is, which is a really great fucking start.
yeah, it's like it's fine. You've got someone in the industry who is not looking at the movie franchise as an easy dollar.
Yeah,
He's not looking to whore out the fandom for the cheap dollar.
Yeah.
Pop, he's going in there from an actual
It's
perspective.
it seems like the direct opposite of that Monster Hunter movie, where it's
Right.
just like they just threw Paul W.S. Anderson at it because he'd been making Resident Evil movies for so long that I guarantee you he probably didn't even know if it was a game. He's like, what is this about zombies? Right, fine, whatever. I'll just start taking characters from the game and putting them in where they completely do not make any sense.
Yeah.
And writing all my own fucking shit. This guy at least seems like he's talking to, like fucking like concept artists and just people who are generally like they don't need to be involved, but they are because they want to be.
Yeah.
He's like fucking grabbing all these people and getting them involved in the movie. There's a concept artist called Dave Raposa.
I've heard of that name.
Who is just literally like one of the best like digital artists that there is. Like his stuff is just so fucking good. And he put up like an MGS like a big concept for like a poster that he had done, and he sent it to the director. He was like, just remember that, you know, if you're ever looking work for the actual movie, then I'm out here. And he was like, I'll get back to you on that one. So like the guy, he's just like, he's roping in all the people who should be involved with it, because they all have a very clear idea of what an MGS game or what an MGS movie should be.
Yeah.
And fucking Hideo Kojima has nothing to do with it.
Well, I wonder why.
I
though.
could not be happier.
You know why though, right? Because he no longer works for the fucking company who owns the rights for that game. The Konami and Kojima are two K letters that are nowhere near each other.
They were probably just fucking waiting for him to leave until they could make a fucking movie out of it, because it would have been a 7-hour fucking. It would have been a season of The West Wing. That's what the movie would have been.
I wonder how pissed he is. He's probably thinking to himself like, my one chance to get into directing a movie, and I can't do it.
I can't do it because I've been kicked off the fucking project.
Because I've been kicked out of the company.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure they'll probably ask him to get involved in some kind of like tertiary way. Like,
can you be a consultant?
They'll consultant or like, you know, concept or something. I'm sure he'll have his name on it in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think he'll have anything to do with actually making the movie.
But this is the thing. It'll irk him so badly that it's not a Kojima production. It's not over the title. Because you know how it was after a while? It wasn't so much that this was a Metal Gear game. It was a Kojima production. His name would have been higher, or like higher on the fucking
higher and bigger than it would have been a Hideo Kojima production, Metal Gear Solid, Oscar Isaac, and a little tiny thing. We're like, fuck that shit. So it looks like it's in very capable hands at the minute. We'll see how it progresses, but I'm absolutely happy to stare at Oscar Isaac and more stuff.
Yeah, because we were talking about this. Like, we both acknowledged this story last night. Yeah, we're like, we're talking about that.
Yeah, we're talking about this tomorrow. So, like, from last night, I have done a wee bit more research, and everything that I've found it's put me in a very positive.
It gets the PvP seal of approval.
It does. If we had like a big stamp, this is where I'd be stamping.
Nice.
Big stamp.
We're asking if we're going to transition to things. Me and you are just not in any like fit shape to do that. They want me to skid into the next segment. I done all the transitions last week, so you could maybe have a go at like what could you do? Well, I apparently have to skid into this one.
Like rollerblade or?
Don't know. That's a good question.
Are you skateboarding into it?
I'm thinking skateboard, but like what jerry roll flip do I do? I don't even know what a jerry roll.
What's a jerry roll? Sounds like a donut.
I kind of want a donut.
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
there you go. You can mime eating a donut into the next segment.
Oh, sweet. You want to see how I eat a donut?
Yeah. And you do that in like a Greg's with people watching?
You ever see the Yum Yums, the big long boys?
No.
So Yum
I've never actually been in a Greg's. I don't know what they do.
Okay, so Greg's is like you know what Greg's is? Yum Yum is like a big long boy. It's like a donut but in a long shape.
Right.
You know? So I think they call them cronuts in other places in the world. But it's a long boy. So you just deep throat the shit out of that. They're like,
also, someone's probably going to clip you just ramming that phone into your mouth.
The things I get clipped doing at this point doesn't shock or surprise me.
What I get clipped putting in my mouth is no one's business but mine.
Like, it's either going in my mouth or coming out of my mouth. Like, I always get clipped doing something terrible. Like,
why are things coming out of your mouth?
It's usually words.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
vomiting. I've yet to actually show vomit on stream.
Okay. Well, I'll segment into the next one by doing like I'll segment by going and having a shit. That's what my segment will be.
Oh, do you need to?
No, I'm fine with doing that.
Okay. Isn't it a cronut mixed between a croissant and a donut? It's like flaky. Yeah, but usually longy boys.
See, but that's why would if you were gonna make a donut long, why would you get rid of the dough part of the word donut? Because that is describing what it's made out of, not shape. If anything,
I don't know, but it's like a long boy.
It should be like a dough log or something.
See, I think they call them Yum Yums, which I think is a ridiculously fun name for them because they are pretty yum.
I know it's not very descriptive though. Here,
I mean,
give us
it
one of those.
describes how I feel about them. They're pretty yum.
Like, what do you say? Like, if it was someone's first day at work and someone comes in and they're like, "Here, give us one of those yum yums," you'd be like,
A dodong.
what?
I like a dodong. I do like that.
"Why? It just someone? Why is this a donut covered in cum?"
No, but look, it's a long boy, and that's vanilla icing.
Oh, well. I mean, I could use my imagination to a yum nut. There you go.
Yum nut. That sounds pretty good. Oh yeah, yum nut. I remember Milo saying about that there. I mean, they are kind of like curled, like a croissant. Or not a croissant, but like they are kind of like.
It just looks like standard Fido pastry or something.
It's good shit though. They're tasteful.
We can get Santa's yum nut. Oh, that's what we should have called this podcast.
Oh yeah, because there's a M&S donut called Santa's Yum Nut,
Oh,
and like
Jesus.
it's not even like people are calling it Yum Nut to be like kind of crude. M&S done this. No way. M&S used to just play the
Yeah.
fucking Fleetwood Mac song and make you come over for
This is not just a yum nut. This is Santa's yum nut.
Santa's Yum Nut. Do you want to have the great taste of Santa's Yum Nut? in
That
your
is
life?
not a proper way to celebrate Christmas. Talking about Santa's yum nuts.
Were you naughty or nice? You're gonna get Santa's Yum Nut.
You're gonna get us yum nut either way.
It did not feel good saying
No.
that. As those words were leaving my mouth, I felt like the biggest pervert in the world.
Well, yeah, you are.
I mean, I know I am, but I just have to try and hide it, right?
I would take the M&S
Constantly looking
voice
at your
lady
crotch.
on a date. I think we all would. You just get her to read stuff though, and then
Oh,
you
yeah.
would, and then you would leave her with the bill, and then
I-
she can react to the bill in her sexy voice.
See, I remember someone saying that when they heard the voice, they were very afraid that the M&S lady was going to like viably fuck them.
Right. They were afraid that they were going to bust a yum nut.
I don't know if they were going to bust a yum nut, but they were going to be like sexually. I don't know if like just engaged by this woman.
Right. So like anytime the M&S advert came on, they would have to cross their legs.
Kind of
Or
like
leave-
a,
or
like
leave
almost
the
like
room.
a sexually like charged
Right.
discomfort by the voice and the nature of the music and the like very
Okay.
sultry tone in which the person.
I mean,
was
I
speaking
think
about
I'm
food.
pretty sure they knew what they were doing when they made those adverts. Like, because they could have just got someone who sounded like you or me. Like, here, got yourself a wee fucking turkey dinner, you wee cunty.
Here, see that fucking glazed ham, big lad. Get ready to fucking roast.
A glazed Olympic lad.
I said glazed ham, big lad. I said glazed
A big
ham,
glazed
lad.
Olympic ham, big lad.
You ready for that glazed? What'd she say?
A glazed Olympic lad.
You ready for that glazed Olympic lad? Get ready.
I want a glazed Olympic lad.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
You ready for the gold standard in glazed Olympic lads?
It just sounds like a big lethal ham.
I know I was afraid of the lady who was about to fuck me.
Oh yeah.
See, I was referring to Not So Wicked, but I didn't want to say
Right,
who
you didn't
it
wanna-
was.
you
I was
wouldn't wanna-
protecting identities, but now it just came out and said it. And I
Right.
can say it was her.
You didn't want to name drop or you didn't want to
It's
put
one of those
anyone in
things
it.
where, like, anytime I reference like a subtle story, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know if they want their name dropped. I always say a person.
Wait until they jump in.
Yeah, and then if they jump in, I can then say it was them. You know,
I've never seen what the M&S lady looks like, but I can
no
probably.
one has.
Well, apparently
Wait,
Mila
someone
has. Mila has. Like,
Oh, fuck off! Really?
just hazard a guess.
Can you,
I mean, we could just Google her, but
Mila, do the thing where you DM me the image, if you can. She's good for that there. It's like, 1 second, John just slides me a fucking DM. Like, here you go. I'm like, fuck yeah, I know what I'm
Ooh.
talking about. But yeah. She is like the M&S lady does sound aggressively sexual. Haven't heard her in a while though. It's been a while.
I don't have a TV, so
Oh no, I've looked into it. They stopped using her. I
Right.
think they must
There were-
have. I think they must
too many
have.
people had to leave the room near Christmas.
I think it was one of those ones where at this point they were like, I'm sorry, but I can only come so many
Yeah,
times.
I am completely dried out. Please stop playing these adverts.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to watch Saturday Night Takeaway, and I've came 4 times because there's not even 4.
I keep
ads.
coming all over my
Sorry.
Saturday night takeaway.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those ones. My children are in the room. My pants are soiled. You are a thieving, sir. Think
dare
of
you.
the children.
You know what they should do though? They should play any one of those M&S adverts should be immediately followed by one of those DOE adverts, just to
Oh my
completely,
God.
just to completely cripple your erection.
You talk about like it's like
So it's like, oh, come get this glazed Olympic lad, and then a minute later, it's just 2 teenagers being crushed against a wall, and you're
Oh
like,
God, I was
yes,
gonna say-
no
I
hard-ons
was
for
gonna
me.
say what the fuck was the DOE ad you're going for? Because there's so many bad ones.
I mean, they're all like I think I would say the worst one probably is like, you know, like when all like the little kid, all the little kids. No, there's like there's a group version of that. There's
oh my god.
There's a bukkake version of that.
What?
There's like, instead of, you know, like the wee one kid playing football at his back, and like the car comes flying through the the fence or whatever. There was one where it was like a class of kids, you know, like on a like in a farm, but the farm was, you know, like surrounded by 3 roads, and like a bus or something comes rolling over the fucking wall, and they all get wiped out. You're like,
Jesus.
like one kid wasn't enough. You need a class of the fuckers.
Because like the back garden one's terrifying, because the kid's in his own back garden playing like football or some shit, and then the car just barrels through the fence, almost like Michael Bay had set this scene up, and it just crushes the kid, and you're just saying, this is on Birdman, this is on like about 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK.
Oh, this is on like from first thing in the morning, like this is an all day advert. Like
you're kind of like,
it's like, it doesn't show you anything, but it cuts away at the last possible second that it could, without actually just being footage of a child being hit by a car.
Yeah, it's terrifying how fucking grim they are. Like,
and they've been doing those since like the 90s. Like I remember like at one point I think it was in work one day, someone mentioned, you know, like one that was a little bit older than most people could remember. They're like, I don't really remember that one. And they YouTubed it, and it was just like, here is every UK and Ireland DOE advert from like 1991 onwards, and they used to be even worse.
Really?
Like they used to just be so more like overt, you know, like there would just be like a couple of people just standing in front of like a shop having a smoke, and a car would just drive into them.
Jesus.
Like straight into them. And you're like, what the fuck?
There was the one where like the 2 kids were just like, it was like 2 teenagers, and it was like clearly a couple.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you know, being as couples are. It's like, haha, no one can see us, we're gonna now kiss.
Was that the one like where one of them sitting on the
cars,
wall?
Yeah, they're sitting on the wall. The car comes and smashes into him, and you do kind of see it, and you also see them writhing in pain as the car has crushed him between the wall.
Yeah.
And she's screaming. He doesn't even look like he's like functional at this point. Like he is like clearly passed out from shock. She's writhing in pain as her boyfriend is like literally at this point just attached to her in the disgusting insinuation that is this crash. And then it cuts to them both like, I think he's dead.
He's dead.
And
She has
she's in a
no.
wheelchair.
He's dead. And she has no legs.
Yeah. It's like. The fuck, DOE?
Yeah, it was like, it's like the start of The Boys when Robin gets run into by Adrian. Adrian could have been a great car in a DOE advert. Like, this could be you. Stay away from superheroes.
Yeah. Just what the fuck, DOE, like?
But so an M&S advert. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, she
looks exactly like you would picture her.
She's a cougar. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, never mind her fucking you with her voice. She would actually destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
She would fuck you into oblivion. You met the fella that made those... You met the guy that made those adverts. She is hot.
Show the class. Like, Google her. I don't know what her name is. Just M&S lady. She kind of just looks like a slightly posh English woman.
It's like, I can't show the classes in DMs.
Yeah, she looks a wee bit like Elizabeth Hurley.
If you Google and if Mila can put the name back into the chat again, thank you, Mila.
Dervla.
Yeah, like I just don't want to be putting my like Twitter DMs on screen.
Big Dervla. Oh, she's Irish.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh my God, that's much worse. That's much worse. She could be in this country.
She could be outside our doors.
Oh dear God.
with a fucking.
We live up the street from an actual M&S. What if she's in there doing like an in-person appearance? Like the car park would just be full of people ejaculating.
What if she comes to our doors with a cooked Christmas dinner and a fucking tantamount of sex?
What a Christmas. What a Christmas. What a Christmas that would be. We're still on our first news story.
I know, we got can we get a tangent, cunt? We're talking about DOE adverts. What the shit you describing trying to advertise again? We're not trying to advertise, we're trying to say like we could use these horrifying adverts to destroy the erections that the M&S adverts create. Yeah. Because those DOE adverts will destroy every erection on the map.
Unless you're one of those people that gets turned on by car wrecks, then
that's a weird kink.
Like the movie
I'm gonna kink shame that person.
Like the movie Crash. That's literally just about people who are turned on about being in car accidents, so they go out and intentionally get in car wrecks.
She's from Churchtown. I don't know if that means anything. Churchtown sounds familiar.
Nah, I don't fucking.
It does sound familiar to me actually.
Boy Fardal up in the chat.
Fardal's just here. What up? What up? But yeah, like I know you shouldn't kink shame, but if you're getting off on car crashes, I think I might have to kink shame.
But I mean,
that.
like, if you were one of those people and that M&S advert came on, followed by that car crash advert, you'd be,
oh, you'd be
fuck
done.
me, a sea of white. You would
Sea of
have
white.
painted all your walls. Like,
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ, just you
would
would have
have
decked the halls with something like. We should go into our next.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's in Dublin, right? She's from Dublin. That's right.
That's grand. We're kind of safe. We're like she's 200 miles away. We're kind of safe.
So in a segment that seems to be almost weekly news at this point.
Yeah, at this point it's like
more people are leaving BioWare, more senior staff. So I guess like Casey Hudson's probably like the last big person who works at BioWare. They've been there probably longer than anyone else at this point. Like 2003 or something. I think they started working there, and they were responsible for a lot of shit. Mark Dara was the guy who was the creative director on Dragon Age, I think the original one and the new one. And I assume they were just like, you know what, BioWare is fucking shit. We're leaving.
So it's all went down since the docs left. When the two doctors left,
Yeah.
that's when it went down. Like,
I think Casey Hudson said he was taking a break from BioWare before. I think this was another I might start my own company leaves, and then he didn't, and then came back. But like I read like the thing that he wrote about, you know, this is, you know, BioWare's great, but I'm leaving. And he was like, he kept mentioning like all the good work he was doing on Knights of the Old Republic, you know, the MMO.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That's still going? I didn't even know that was still a game.
it's a big money earner for them because it's like free to play, but like any free to play, like it hooks their players in. The players are like, okay, I don't mind spending some money on these cosmetics. Okay, I don't mind spending some money on these cosmetics.
But
Okay,
I
I
mean,
don't mind spending some money on these cosmetics.
In this day and age, if that's what you're leaving with, and that's the only positive you can say about that company, fuck me, because like that is a game that 9 out of 10 people either forget existed or had like played once and never went back to it.
It's a shame too because like it's a franchise that was very like beloved by us.
Yeah, but
And
you know,
it went the way
that
of the
that
MMO.
MMO was no good. Like it was just.
I give it a shot. I tried it.
So did I. I think I bought it. I think I may have actually even bought it more than once. I think I bought it and lost it and bought it again because it was like, you know what, I am going to give it another go. And then I think you know Rob. I think Rob gave me a level 80 or 60 character. He had like a token for, you know, like a level 60.
Oh yeah.
Because he fucking destroyed that game.
Oh, he was.
But it's
like
just
him.
it was just run around, hold in the attack button, and just boring. It was just boring shit. Like
Yeah, doesn't really sound like
it had none of that single player flavor that the original one does. But it was just weird that that's the game that he chose to hang his laurels on before he quit. It's like a game that literally doesn't matter to anyone anymore. It's like that. So that's why I assume that's why he was unhappy with working there, because the stuff that he was working on wasn't important or, you know, every time they had the opportunity to make a good game, EA slapped it out of their hands.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not doing that. You do what we want you to do. Fuck you. So he says he's leaving. He hasn't mentioned anything about like starting another company or going to work for anything else, but I assume he's literally just waiting until like the dust settles, and then he will go and start working for a company that he'll be able to get a decent game out of.
Well, we have a bunch of ex BioWare staff now creating your own company,
Yeah.
so like the likelihood is maybe they transition into that. He transitions into that.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
there's like a weird
Yeah,
thing he's got maybe no compete for maybe 90 days or something
maybe
like that.
something like that. Because there was that one that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. It was like a fair chunk of BioWare and
Blizzard staff
Blizzard
as well?
staff. Yeah, went to make
Yeah.
their own one. Maybe just fucking jump into that instead of making another company.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of done themselves over by like so many people left, but it's slightly different times, and every set of those people made their own company. It's like, how about you just all go to work for like one that you're in charge of instead of working for 9 that are going to end up having to compete with each other.
I guess it's one of those ones, right? Like not everyone's intercompatible. So like what could have happened is that they literally have done that because they don't want to work with these other people, you know? You know what it's like. You're not going to have the exact compatibility of individuals at all times, you know? So it can happen. Like that.
It's not very good looking for that new Dragon Age then either.
Mass Effect remaster is fine because that's existing
a game.
content.
It's already been made. Like they're
Yeah.
not doing anything new. But I mean, they just started releasing news for that Dragon Age, and they
Yep.
were like, they've just started the news ramp up for it, and then a couple of days later the director quits. Like,
It's like, I'm gone by.
yeah, that cannot bode very well for where that game's going.
No.
Because I mean, like, Inquisition was good, but it made some moves towards areas that people were like, nah, didn't really need to do that. Like, they started putting a wee bit too much stuff into, like, we'll just do it as DLC. Like, maybe don't. Maybe just put it all in the fucking game.
Yeah, just literally fucking
So I think,
give
like,
us a proper property. Don't fucking
yeah,
nickel and dime us on this
I
one.
think this one will probably be a huge shift towards online. I think I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be like, play it with a friend, play it with 3 friends. What happens? What if you don't want to play it with any of your friends? Tough luck. Like,
Just like, tough luck, you dick.
yeah.
It's like, no, I'm good. But that brings us on then. Our next topic. You've labeled it as Xbox Station 2.
The greatest console
The greatest console of all
in the
time.
history of time. The only thing that I can say is that, what do you call this new Xbox? Because I can't remember.
Series X, I believe.
The Xbox Series X is finally useful because it can play PS2 games.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. So what's happening is that people have Xbox were nice enough to turn every single, what is it again? Xbox
Series X.
Xbox Series X. I will never remember that title because it's so unimpressive. They've launched every console with the ability to turn it into a dev kit,
Yes.
and with that dev kit comes the ability to run outside software on your Xbox.
Right.
So essentially, people are using various programs to get PSX2 working pretty well on their
Series
on their
X.
Series X's. So if you can find a, it's like you need like rebase and you need some stuff, but you can essentially, without too much shit, you can get a perfectly 100% functioning PS2 emulator on your Xbox Series X, and it can run any game under 2 GB. So that's a lot of PS2 games that
Yeah.
can run, and it runs them surprisingly well, because the PSX, that program, that's what I use to emulate PS2 games, and
Yeah.
it runs like 90% of games really well. There's a few that just don't work and they'll never work, but
Yeah, there's been like emulation's been
yeah.
touch and go depending on the game.
So people are now like, well, now I finally found a use for this Xbox so I can play
That
on.
is so weird though.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, here dog, yeah, you want this you want this game for this console? Sorry, we got nothing to 2021. Oh, gonna play some fucking
Gonna play a
games from
PS2.
fucking 20 years ago. It was 20. Oh god, it was 20 years
It
ago.
was 20 years
wasn't it?
ago, yep.
Oh, I'm gonna vomit. Oh my god. That was 20. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh, don't like that.
It's all good.
Oh god, that's
It's all
crazy
good.
though.
Yeah. I mean,
Kind of cool though. I like it.
it's cool, but it was also a mistake. Like, it's not something that they thought people were going to do. So chances are, now that this news is out, they'll be like, get this the fuck off. But it's the fact that it's just running a program. Like, the Xbox doesn't know that it's PS2 games, obviously, because how would it? It's just running an EXE, and then all the PS2 games are just ISOs. So it's like, like a zip disk.
Yeah.
So it doesn't know it's running games at all. It doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but it just works surprisingly well.
This is what happens when you go into the more PC architecture style
Yeah.
approach to like consoles though.
Yeah, they opened their console up for tinkering, and then they were surprised that people found a way to tinker with it.
Yeah.
Strangely enough.
The only risks I can see greater of that there is once you open that console for tinkering, you're also opening that console up for like cheat software and stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess so, but
and also piracy.
Yeah.
So like that's the risk that I'm shocked that they didn't factor in.
I'm sure they've thought about that. I think like the way that people managed to get this PS2 stuff running was in such a roundabout way that they probably just didn't expect anyone to do it. I'm sure they've got systems set up for like catching people being able to cheat and
Yeah.
trying to emulate, like actual Xbox games.
It just feels so weird that's the approach they went for, because like the biggest risk has always been sort of like the piracy side on the consoles, because piracy, it's a known thing on PCs, but like you have to really, if you want to pirate a PC game, you're not nothing's going to stop the pirate market.
Yeah, I think
The PC market has just came to terms with that.
I think the console market is they're probably like, right, we need to finally admit that piracy on consoles is not a big deal, and it never fucking will be. So just don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. But sure, we'll see how that goes. I think this is definitely a story we should maybe just look at regularly and see what happens. Because I'm curious to see, do they lock the firmware down, or is there actually a rampant piracy, or is there a rampant cheating?
Well, I mean, like,
are we seeing more consoles getting
will people
down?
really matter if it's piracy for 20-year-old systems? Like, if someone gets a Dreamcast working on a fucking Xbox,
but,
then
like, they can
Sega
start-
will probably jump in and be like, stop it.
I think the problem is because like the Xbox allows for you to play games off those HDDs that like Sony don't do at the minute because they're not fast enough read write speeds. My concern is that they then start booting off these disk drives and like play Xbox Series X games off those boot drives.
Maybe could happen.
So that's where I'm thinking like the piracy things that comes into play, because there's just an open door there now.
See what happens, I suppose.
So we'll see how it goes. We should probably move on to our next one, though. Cyberpunk 2077 plus 44.
That's how many gigs of space you need. Sorry, extra gigs of space you need. So whatever the actual install size for Cyberpunk is on a PC, the day one patch is 44
gig.
44 gig. A 44 gig day one patch, which kind of just seems like they left a large majority of the game off disk.
I mean, I kind of saw that coming, if I'm honest. A little bit of the crunch that happened, we reported way back when. We reported a crunch way back in, like, maybe episode...
No, this is the PS4 Xbox version. I'm sure the PC is probably bigger, but this is the install for the PS4 version as of today. It's the base game and then plus a day one 44 gig patch. So that's why I'm saying, like, clear out some space on your PS4 because you're gonna fucking need it.
I guess if you're getting this stuff digital, right, you're fine. You're not going to notice that day one patch because you're going to be downloading it all at once anyway. But it's going to be more affecting individuals who maybe buy the disc copy, because the disc copy is not going to have that patch on the disc.
I got the disc.
So if you're going full digital with that bad boy, you'll not notice the additional download as a separate entity, because it'll all download as one, like, unique sort of package. But and this is be the same for PC players, but for obviously console players, they get them big disky boys. They're going to notice that big 44 gig old patch coming down their line.
There has been a bit of, like, Cyberpunk news. I think they released a wee statement today saying that there is going to be bugs in it. I was like, well, I mean, that's fine. It's like a massive, like, open world game. Like, of course, people are going to do stuff that no one on the QA team managed to do in a particular order, and it will cause bugs. But like a 44 gig patch, that's fairly substantial. Like,
it's substantial, but it's not unheard of in this day and age. Like, the Call of Duties at this point have those regular.
Oh yeah, they're like 125 gig now or something like that.
Yeah, like the Call of Duty games is just like their patches are regularly in the double digits when it comes to gigs, so it's not unheard of.
Absolute psychos.
But so I feel like it's one of those ones. Yeah, is it ideal? No, but I mean,
I suppose I'm not complaining, because hopefully that'll stabilize the game a little bit. Like 44 gig is a lot of information to put in.
You know what? I just put it this way: would you rather do a 44 gig day one patch, or would you rather do a 2-week pushback on the release window?
50-50. So we're not really particularly bothered either way. Like,
fair. I just know a lot of people who were like, just give me the fucking patch. I'm not waiting another 2 weeks.
All this, like, I'm gonna send you death threats because you delayed a game. Like, fuck off.
Fuck away off. Get in the sea. People are like that. Just get in the fucking sea.
Just run into the ocean and leave us all.
Literally, just do one.
Leave us all in a better place without you in it.
I like that there. Just get in the sea. Get in the sea. But should we switch over to the next segment?
The next saga.
Bloop. So you've changed it up this week.
I did. Not a lot of games came out this week in particular. I think, like, all the kind of big releases during the year, it come out in November and times for you to buy them in December. So I was like, a couple of things caught my eye today. So I was like, you know what? We'll have a look in. We're going to start maybe thinking about, like, game of the year stuff.
Yeah.
That we'll talk about maybe next week, or will it be next week or the week after?
Well, we kind of like deliberating it, but then we'll probably announce the actual winners come the Boxing Day episode.
Yeah, that sounds like that sounds like a good idea. So I was like, you know what, this game, or this year, I guess, has probably been like a fairly good game, or fairly bad year for a fairly bad year for game dev. But there is always tomorrow. So I was having a look at stuff that some of these I hadn't even heard of, or that I didn't even know were coming out next year. So I was happy to just kind of like, look to the future, a little bit of positivity, and talk about like stuff that it's all apparently like so far. This stuff is all confirmed for next year, which is good. No exact release dates for I think any of these games, but they're all coming out.
So
Nice.
should we go kind of for what is out of our list, because we have no idea when they're going to be released.
Yeah.
What out of that list, what are you looking forward to the most?
Probably Village.
The Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably Resident Evil. I am actually very much looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade. That was one of those ones that was very, very, very like surprised to see get a sequel, because it was a fairly like not low budget, but it's definitely like a cult. It's a cult title. It was a cult PC game that came out. Jeez, what was it, like 2005 or something like that? It's
Yeah.
pretty old at this point. And
Yeah, that.
I'm pretty sure one day the dev was just like, oh, here, guess what? We're making a sequel to this. And people were like, what? Why are you making this a sequel to this like 12-year-old game now? And it looks pretty good. Like, it kind of reminded me a wee bit of maybe what Vampire was trying to do, because it seems to be a bit more technically proficient than Vampire did, because it was a bit rough.
Yeah.
It was a bit rough around the edges, like.
Like it was a bit rough. It had its charm, but then there was the last boss was just a torture. I fucking hated that last boss.
I think I played the free, like, because it was free on thing for a while, or it was the free game for the month or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, PSN Plus.
I was like, whatever. I played it for like a day or two. I was like, I've had enough of this. But I mean, like, if these things all come out next year should be a fairly good year for games, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm kind of looking at that list right now, and honestly, the one I'm looking forward to the most is probably Vampire the Masquerade. Like that was meant to come out midway through this year, okay? So like, we had like a release date of like, it was meant to come in April. They said, oh, it's delayed for a few months, and then they went super fucking quiet, and it's like, what the fuck? Where is this game gone? What are we doing with this here?
Yeah, quiet's kind of good though. That probably means that they were just busy actually making the fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm happy if they're quiet making the game.
Mm-hmm.
I just worry it's in case they go quiet and then never talk about it again.
Yeah,
because that's happened a few games where like you're kind of like, oh, here, I haven't heard from them in a while. What's happened? And you look for, like, you do
the studio's shut down or something.
You Google the article and like the last known news was like 8 months ago, and then you're kind of like. And then you Google more into it, it's like studio collapses.
Yeah.
And like it's one of those ones where it happened under the radar and no one's reported it. You're like,
why not?
like only maybe one person's reported it, but like maybe it got like slid into like one of those more busier news days, like when like a console launches, a studio goes down, no one's talking about the fucking studio.
Yeah,
the
that's
console's
true, yeah.
launching, you know.
I can't remember what the dev is called, but I think they have a fairly active social media account that's always posting stuff for it. There's like, I've seen like new kind of trailers and shit for this thing, so it does definitely seem like it's still in the works.
It still exists.
They just maybe wanted a little like few months dev time.
Yeah,
I guess.
Because like I'm just hoping it's coming, because it looks like a Bethesda game done right. First person, melee combat, a lot of talking sort of points, like interaction with characters, you know, factions, all of this stuff you would see in a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Without Bethesda's bullshit.
Yeah,
you know?
I suppose like very similar to the way Outer Space was, you know, a good Fallout.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds, sorry.
Outer Space is like Outer Space, the movie with Jeff Bridges? Or is it Inner Space?
That's Inner Space. Jeff Bridges is not in that either. That's Martin Short and.
I could have swore Jeff Bridges was in Inner Space.
No. You're thinking of Tron?
Near sure Jeff Bridges was in Inner Space.
No, it's Inner Space.
Can I get someone to check?
Inner Space was Martin Short and
See
Dennis
if Jeff Bridges was in this.
It's Martin Short and Dennis Quaid was in Inner Space. Jeff Bridges was the young guy in the original Tron.
I know he was in Tron. That's not up for debate. I'm checking this now, but yes.
Hold on, wait. When was there ever supposed to be a Dante's Inferno 2? That'll never happen.
Was there?
That game absolutely fucking tanked.
That game did tank pretty badly.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a bad game. It was done by the it was done by the Dead Space guys trying to do like a Dante, a Devil May Cry style game. or a God of War-ish type of game.
It was good, like, but it was a wee bit too mopey.
It was about the Divine Comedy. It's
I mean,
kind of
like,
hard to make that a cheery
You
thing.
could literally say the same thing about every Devil May Cry game. Look at that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this was direct Divine
No, well,
Comedy. Like,
I mean,
this
like,
was...
I mean, mopey as in like it came out in the times of, get ready to play a grey, third-person action game, like grey and brown. Like, it didn't really have too much style, and it was very grim.
Fuck,
yeah.
what was he in if it wasn't
Inner
in
Space
there?
had Dennis Quaid, and
Yeah, I'm having a look
Archie.
here. I must be thinking of a different movie from that era. I know he's in Tron.
yeah, fucking
Because
coming,
I've watched Tron.
fucking coming at me like I don't know who was in Inner Space. Fucking piece of shit.
I had it on the old school VHS when I was younger. It was
Yeah,
that
me
and
too.
Terminator. You know what I watched more though?
Inner Space, yeah.
Terminator.
You remember it so much you can't even remember the fucking cast.
I could have swore Jeff Bridges is in that there. I know he's in some sort of horror movie that wasn't Tron. Because I'm not disputing he wasn't in Tron. Because you're coming at me like
No, I'm
I
just
did.
thinking,
I
like,
said he wasn't in Tron.
Is it just Tron you were thinking of?
No, because it wasn't digital. Like I know he's like I knew it was like a little man in like a little submarine inside someone's body. Like I can remember it very well.
You're definitely just describing Inner Space. So maybe
Yeah, that's why I said I know it wasn't Tron.
Maybe you're just
Because I
maybe
was
you're
literally-
just thinking that that he was in it, and
I
that's
don't
it.
know why I felt like he was so like I don't know why. I was so convinced.
Well, do you remember what Martin Short looks like?
No,
Exactly. So there you go.
no.
You might just think that Martin Short looks a bit like.
Does he though?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not even slightly.
Not even slightly. But yeah, like going back to Dante's Inferno, like I liked it, but like yeah, you're right. It was dark.
Yeah.
But like, it's Divine Comedy. It's literally Dante's
Yeah.
Inferno. It's not a cheery play.
But-
It's the saddest of the free.
I know, but
tales.
it was very like, Dante was literally a poet, and you're running about as a shamed medieval knight, beating the fuck out of people with the scythe. Like it's not. It was very like, oh.
Yeah, there was some pretty grim moments in there
Yeah,
as well. Like
it was like angrier God of War,
I'd say an edgier God of War.
edgier God of War, yeah,
Edgier God of
edgier
War,
God of
yeah.
War. And then the finale just had a massive penis in it.
Yeah, well, that was the Satan's Judas
Satan's Big Willie.
Because like the whole idea behind like the Divine Comedy and specifically the Dante's Inferno aspect of it's like the final slot of hell is frozen over. You've got Satan with free heads chewing on like Judas Iscariot and like someone else come over there too. But like it's pretty fucking weird. Like. But I don't think they'll do that just because EA are not in the business of making games
No, yeah,
like
they're
that
never.
anymore.
Yeah, they're never going back to that. Like that's
Yeah.
straight up not happening.
The one that on the list that shocks me the most though from our pre-play is actually Stalker 2.
Stalker 2, fuck yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It just shocks me that
Oh.
that's there because I've just not heard anything about it.
Well, I mean, like, Stalker 1 it's like one of those. It's like Counter-Strike, the way like people just still play Counter-Strike, even though how
Yeah.
long has it been out for now? Like 15 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Stalker is very much similar to that because people have just modded the absolute life out of it at this point. Like they've people have built entire other games inside that game
Yeah.
just with like mods and shit, and they were happy to let them do that. But I think eventually people were just like, this is maybe a little bit old now, and like games with like Metro and stuff coming out, there's clearly still an audience there who want that. Like you're gonna have to deal with some really awful shit out in this nuclear wasteland, and we're also going to be really spooky.
Yeah.
So
that was big spoops that game.
yeah, but it was usually just like people running at you with like crowbars and stuff, but just like being like assaulted in the wilderness by like a group of people, and you're there with like a little rake and a potato bag or something. You're like, I can't defend myself. And you're just battered. But like, it looks real good. If Mikey is still in the chat, he will probably have a look at that. I don't know if he ever played the first one, but it definitely looks like it could be his kind of his little cup of tea. Because I plan on having a look at it if I have a PC that is capable of running it. But if you want a game that's gonna spoop your boobs off, it looks good.
We just got emergency news there.
Oh my God.
Apparently, Monster Hunter World is getting review bombed at the minute because the movie features a racist Chinese joke as the movie was launched in China yesterday. So Chinese players are like review bombing it for.
Cool. What? Why?
So-
Well, people are dumb though.
Well, I mean, like they put like they've associated the movie with the game.
yeah, even
and-
though they literally could not be further.
And so as the movie got lost in Chinese history, that racist Chinese joke, the response is to now review bomb the game.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm sure all the people who worked in that game really appreciate being associated with the shitty movie.
Yeah, it's media crossing over there. How about just don't be racist?
True. Also that.
That's a.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many levels to this. Like, A, don't be racist to begin with.
Yeah.
Also, don't associate a shit movie with a good game.
Also true.
So yeah, breaking news. We can credit Titanium for that.
Thank you, Titanium.
Titanium dropping in that hot news there. We got our news. I didn't even think we had news.
We got
sleuths.
news sources.
We have sources.
What
we
if
sleuths
what
that
if we
work
have like
with us live.
a Titanium time where he gets a little corner for only
We could get him to like he could Discord in and we could just pour it in the window. It's
Yeah.
like it's time for breaking news with Titanium.
news, and then he comes in and it's just him with the shirt off.
Yeah,
And
that's the breaking
that's
news.
the breaking news that he has his shirt off.
This is shirt off. I would feature that regularly.
I think we would all be happy.
yeah,
I'll be happy with that. I know I
incredibly
would.
happy with that.
Definitely would.
But yes, back to the games at hand though. So Stalker Clear, like Stalker Clear Sky, great game. Shocked they're getting a sequel. Happy for them.
Like a-
Not shocked in a bad way though.
Yeah,
Let me
like
make that
a
clear.
14, 15-year-old sequel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Like,
Breaking news. So team is actually Giuseppe the Destroyer.
Oh shit!
You forgot one key phrase in there. Cunt Destroyer. I will not let that name.
Cons are not safe. They're not safe.
That cunt isn't safe
They're
for
just
people.
they're just not safe.
They're not safe because he's not safe. I'm looking at the list. Elden Ring. I haven't heard much about that since it was announced. That's the George R.R. Martin Dark Spoopy Souls game. So
Yeah.
prepare to see everyone that you love in that video game die.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
see,
that's a
yeah.
George R.R. Martin classic trope.
This is the thing. Like, I wasn't really all that excited about it because I'm retarded. Because I thought Elden Ring was Godfall.
Godfall is terrible.
Yeah. I started seeing reviews for Godfall come out like a couple of days ago. I was like, oh my god, have FromSoft, have they finally shit the bed and made a bad game? And then I watched the review. I was like, hold on, what is
That's
this?
Gearbox.
What is this game? This is not, what the fuck? Like, this is a completely different game. It just kind of, the first screenshot for both of those games is like a guy in gold armor doing something. So like, I saw a trailer for both of them, I think, or like maybe around the same time, and just got one mixed up with the other, and then never bothered to look up at it again. Because like, why would you need to look up a FromSoft game? You know it's gonna be good. You know it's gonna be good. You don't need. You can just play it day one and you'll be fine. And then I saw, like, a Godfall getting absolutely fucking roasted in the reviews. It's like, oh my god, it was too close. It was too close to the Demon Souls remake. What's happening? And then I looked at it, I was like, oh, this looks like fucking shit. Whatever this fucking game is.
From what I heard, the story in that game is paper thin and the combat is super grindy.
It just sounds like another Destiny.
Yeah, that's what I kind of worried when I looked at it as like launch games. What am I going to play? And I looked at Godfall and I went, and I made a very executive decision very fast to go, not that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as like I looked at it and went, that looks like a live service game. And then I heard just the echoing from Gearbox Entertainment.
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
I went, haha, no.
That is, to be fair, that's like almost an immediate turn off now when you
Yeah,
hear that.
that used to be like a point of pride when you heard Gearbox Entertainment. And then Randy Pitchford it.
He pitchforked it.
He pitchforked. You know, like
He
I know I have a lot of like hot takes on video game companies and men who have allegedly had interests in illegal entertainment, but you know
the porn on the computer, the laptop thing or whatever
the
that he left on
USB
the
stick. But I'm
Yeah.
not going to get into it because it's alleged. It's not confirmed for legal reasons. I have to say alleged.
Right,
This is what my Lord
alleged.
tells me regularly.
Yeah.
But the thing is like him. He's like when he came as like I remember him talking about Borderlands 3, and this is the Pitchford way, right? Randy Pitchford gets up on stage, goes, and you know what, guys? This game doesn't have any sort of microtransactions whatsoever. Gets the adulation of the crowd. Everyone's cheering. Next fucking segment, different person comes out. So we're going to walk you through our microtransactions. It's like,
oh, we just meant not cosmetic or whatever. Like, it's just stupid. Like,
it's like Pitchford, shut the fuck up. Stop putting weird shit on alleged fucking USB drives and shut the fuck
At
up.
that point, he'd probably never even seen the game. He's just like, oh, what? Because he was like, so many times people have been like, yeah, he was given money to like distribute, distribute through the company. I just took it all. He just like gave himself a bonus or whatever. That guy seems like an absolute piece of fucking shit.
Yeah,
like.
absolutely. I hate Pittsburgh, but there actually isn't microtransactions.
There's definitely stuff you can buy on Borderlands 3. Like,
is there like if you can buy points or a currency, that's a microtransaction. I'm near sure there's a currency you can buy in that game.
I vaguely remember that the microtransaction sentence being followed quickly by like of a certain type or something like that. It was like it will be only cosmetic or your cosmetics are free or something like that. But like, there's definitely stuff you can buy on Borderlands 3. Like,
I can't say for sure because I've not played it. Yeah, apparently Borderlands 3 will allow players to purchase cosmetic customization items like new skins for the Vault Hunters and vehicles. So there is it's
yeah, that's true. But he specifically said that it wouldn't have any of that. And then the next person was like,
here it is.
Well, sort of.
It's like, it's one of those things where like he came out, said a blatant lie.
just to get a wee bit of like,
just to get a wee bit of that nice good sort of like, you know,
he should have just come out and done a couple of card tricks and
like,
fucked off.
It's like, yeah, it's not the terrible microtransactions where you just buy the guns.
Yeah,
that would be fucking awful.
In a Borderlands game that would be bad. Like,
it's like if he just had said that our microtransactions are purely cosmetic, that would have been fine.
I think that's what the next person said.
Yeah, but he had to go in and go and just make a blanket statement.
Yeah,
and I'm like, Pittsburgh, you piece of shit.
You piece of Pitchford.
But like, it's one of those ones. Don't make claims like that. I know, you fucking asshole.
Have you seen anything about this Gotham Knights?
I have read about it, right? And it baffles me that it's not in the Arkham universe. Because it fucking feels like it should be.
It sort of is. I think it's from the same guys who done, you know, the one that no one liked. City, was it? Origins? I think it's from them. But I think maybe they're only saying that it's not involved because they're maybe a wee bit iffy about them handling the next one. Just because that one didn't do so well. So they might be like, well, people might be a wee bit iffy if Rocksteady are like, this is who we're giving it. Yeah. We're passing it on to. So to be on the safe side, they could just be like, it's kind of like a side game that's around the same time, but don't consider it canonical. But I mean, like, they're games, it doesn't matter anyway.
So the reason why it confuses me is just because like the storyline of how Arkham Knight ends is like, oh yeah, like I don't want it, no spoilers, but like it ends in a very finite way, in the sense of like how things are going to go about and how you know, Gotham's going to be like handled. Yeah. And so then Gotham Knights works perfect in that system to kind of transition to these new Crusaders that will look after Gotham, right? Uh-huh. But then they say, oh no, this is not in that universe, but Suicide Squad is. And that's confusing. Yeah. Because I'm like,
well, I guess
what?
Well, they probably had to say that because based on what happens at the end of that Arkham Knight, there's one very... there's a character that you can't put in those games from then on, and I'm sure they didn't want to say that. They were like, obviously there's going to be more games where you're Batman at some point, so this is why it's not canonical, because if that game exists, then it means there's no Batman. So they're like, we're not saying that at all. Of course there's going to be more Batman games. Play this in the meantime. Kind of just looks like a 4-player like sandboxy beat 'em up kind of shit. It looks real nice. Like,
it looked like a sandbox. If it looked like a multiplayer Arkham game, and I was up for that. I was up for that.
But I think it's quite a lot of, you know, like, I can be over here, you can be over there, and then we can, you know,
because they said specifically you're not tethered.
Yeah, which is nice.
Untethered multiplayer, which I think's great.
Because I mean, surely the game is not worried about people playing split screen anymore, because that's just not a thing, unfortunately. So like, you know, you're playing it on 2 consoles, and you can go do whatever you want. But I thought like the whole like 4-player co-op was a real nice. It's a nice sidestep from those games. Instead of like, you're not technically worrying about having to reinvent the wheel, but you can make a fun. I mean, like those, like that game, like all those Batman games, obviously would have been good crack to play with someone. Yeah. So it's good to see that that's where they're. That's where they're going for it. Maybe not for the next big release, because the next big release is probably going to be a Justice League game. But
it's not Suicide Squad.
I said the next big game.
That could be big.
Whatever.
If it's Rocksteady on it.
It'll be half a fucking movie tie-in, so it doesn't count.
Oh god, okay.
So their next big game, they'll worry about Batman and that, and then just until all of those kind of smaller things come out, you can just beat the fuck out of someone as Batgirl for a while.
Batgirl,
It's Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and
Robin. I wonder if the Red Hood is the Arkham Knight's version of Red Hood.
It's not the Jason Todd mental one,
Interesting. Okay,
because there's a couple of people that have done it.
I was not aware of that.
Because I mean,
Thank you for the correction.
Technically, he would be a villain then, because he shoots people.
Yeah, he doesn't really adhere to the whole idea of
Yeah,
justice, does he? In the
killing.
traditional Batman sense, does he? I wish the split screen was still a big thing. I feel like that definitely still works for like fighting games, racing games, definitely.
There are some games that you literally just can't handle split screen in anymore. Basically because machines aren't powerful enough, because you're essentially rendering the game twice.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to. It's just all down to rendering. Viral says Far Cry 6 looks dope. We haven't seen any gameplay of it yet. I am cautiously optimistic on their actor choices.
Yeah, it's all I saw was like one little like kind of preview screenshot of Carlo Esposito.
Yeah.
And I can't remember where I left off on Far Cry. What one was 5 again?
5 was the religious zealot cult.
Right. That was fine.
Yeah, that was a good game. I liked that game.
Yeah.
I thought that was like I liked the approach to that one, just because it finally wasn't like, I am in Aruba taking down the terrorists in Aruba. It felt like, oh shit, you've got you're talking about like homeland white ass terrorists, like fucking proper domestic terrorists.
Mikey, that is a quality pun. It's a far cry from the quality of the first game.
I love Mikey for shit like that.
The only thing I didn't like about one of the things I didn't like about 5 is I hope that it doesn't carry into 6, but it's the fact that it's a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, that's true.
Every fucking every page of that game was just buy this, buy it, buy this, buy it, buy it, buy it. Every fucking there was like 13 inventory pages in that game, and half of them were just like pay, buy. Like,
I've got to give them some credit with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Valhalla, they don't have that as hard and heavy.
Yeah.
There's like one store that you could buy some stuff out
That
of,
they-
but like
yeah.
that's it, and like that's there.
That's
and
what that's what
you
they
don't have to look at that.
what they do with the Assassin's Creed games, but they seem to do literally the exact opposite with Far Cry, which is just the second you're in a menu, regardless of what the menu is, we're sticking something in there for you to buy. We're like, whether it be a fucking vehicle or a gun or a companion or a fucking plane or a boat or whatever, you are going to fucking buy something in one of these menus, or we haven't done our jobs properly.
Yeah.
So while Far Cry 5 was good, it was just constantly trying to get you to buy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, will you just fuck off?
I feel like I've gotten numb to it, where I
Yeah.
can see the option, but like my brain just kind of I've gotten that numbness now,
Yeah.
that, like microtransaction numbness. Like, I know it's there.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore it though, because I'm just here to play the game. And I'll give them some credit. It's like they don't make it so that you can't play or enjoy the game without doing it. You can still enjoy the game without doing these things. I have to say, I think Far Cry 5 was definitely my favorite Far Cry. I know a lot of people love 3 for Voss and stuff, because Voss is he's a kind of charismatic piece of shit.
Yeah.
And 4 had your megalomaniac pink suit man. I can't remember his
Did
name.
not like 4 at all.
I wasn't overly keen on 4. I thought it was okay, but I just like the whole weird, like, religious white domestic terrorism of fucking 5, and I was like, finally some like homeland, like proper white terrorists, none of this weird fucking like I'm in Nicaragua or some shit. Like let's look at the real fucking villains in life. For
I
once.
still think fucking Far Cry 2 was the best one. Being fucking South Africa in this fucking shit.
That was interesting. The malaria thing, man.
It was cool.
Anxiety, man.
That's where you could be
cool, but it gave me
you could be a member of the RA in it.
Yeah, that
Remember?
was true.
That's great.
Oh, one of the characters you could pick was actually a rat lad.
Yeah, we RA lad. Like.
You know, but like I just like the idea of finally someone has made terrorism out of fucking religion, Christianity, religion of that matter as well. It's like finally we've finally got to the
I'm pretty sure I finished the story in 5. It was wafer thin. Like it could have not been in it at all, and that game would have been exactly the same thing. Because I mean, like, wasn't it like you had to kill 3 people, kill or subdue those 3 members of the family, and you could do them in any order?
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. Like, the story just didn't matter at all. Like, there was no story in it. Basically, it was just go here, shoot this guy.
There was story.
I can't
in
remember.
In fact, the areas had like all different things about them and stuff. Like your girl was like bio weapons, sort of like drug crazy, like maniacal bitch. Like she would fuck with you by like her missions were all about her like creation of the pollen that would fucking create this.
Yeah,
weird
and they were all fucking annoying.
But I that was a hard area to do. But I liked that about it. It's no secret I hate religion.
Yeah.
So when you make the big enemy a religious cult, I'm like, yeah, let me fucking kill it. Let me fucking kill it.
I like all the time I had with Far Cry 5. I don't remember a single second of the story at all.
We can confirm there's definitely story.
I'm sure there was a story in it, but it wasn't good. It didn't make an impression whatsoever. Like the main villain, whatever.
I don't know. It's different.
Was just they're definitely kind of just They've whittled that game down to like a scientific formula, and they will not deviate whatsoever. So I assume Far Cry 6 is just going to be exactly the same thing with a different villain. And I literally just put it on there because it's coming out this year.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm cautiously optimistic because I think the actor they've chose is incredible. He's a great actor.
Ultimately, that will not have that much of an effect on the game, though. So
I'm hopeful. I enjoy those games. I think 5 was my favorite though.
They're just time wasters though, which is a bit. Not time wasters, but they're specifically designed to, like, you can go in and hack away at the game for an hour or 2 hours and get nowhere. And I'm just like, whatever.
I mean, yeah, but like, I guess like, if you wanted to look at that, or at least like the way I look at games, right? It's like, do you want a bit of escapism? It gives you that. Then that's the main thing.
You want to go shoot Americans?
This is the thing, but like. This is the thing I like about video games, right? So you have your games that are like your escapism. I just need to kill some time. It's a bit of a time sink, and I'm having fun. And then there's games where like it's mega fucking story, and you get fucking grabbed by the story. You're by the boss that drags you, like fucking Ghost of Tsushima that just drags you in, and just you're kind of like, oh fuck, here, what's the next thing that's gonna happen? And then you got your multiplayer games. You just like hanging out with your friends and stuff. Like that's the fucking beauty of gaming. And like for me, that shit, I like a good time sink.
Yeah,
time sinks are fun for me. Like.
Yeah, but just the way Ubisoft games do it, it's a fine line between like, oh, there's so much for you. It's a fine line between, oh, there's so much for you to do, and there is so much for me to do, and it's that's the difference between, I think, like a version of their game that is good and a version of their bad, is that sometimes it just feels like an absolute fucking chore, and other times it feels like you're given the opportunity to do more stuff that you like. But I haven't played a Ubisoft game that I've felt that way about since like maybe like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which a lot of people hated.
I love that game.
Yeah, but like
that game's great.
I think just as they kind of like as they went further and further down the route that they're kind of on now, their games were just like, here, do you have 80 hours? Because you're gonna need it. I'm like, I don't want to spend these games. I don't want to spend 80 hours playing this game. Like I've watched like some footage of Valhalla. I was like, I don't want to go anywhere near this fucking game because it just looks like the same Assassin's Creed game. The last 3 games have just been like the same game in a slightly different setting.
Yeah, it's definitely got the blueprint of like the Origin / Odyssey and stuff on. Like they are working off that blueprint.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Like I'll give you that there. It's an overwhelming amount of content that does kind of like, I tried to complete Odyssey the first time and got 40 hours in and stopped, and then I went back from a second playthrough, started from the very start again, and I think I did sink about 150 hours in between the two like attempts.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like, it's kind of like this thing. It's like we have a criticism for Breath of the Wild for having a lot of space and not doing anything with it. At least Ubisoft try and give you stuff to do in the area.
Yeah, well,
like
I mean,
it's like at least it's not just like like they at least like put, here's some objectives, here's collectibles, here's some like flavor text story beat stuff for you to do. They at least make use of the space.
But but after a while, it just all feels like time wasting bullshit. It's like at some point, you could have finished this game 30 hours ago if you didn't make me do all this fucking shit.
The thing, they don't make you do all that shit. Like a lot of their side content's not a requirement.
Well, I mean, hold on. They started leveling missions off in Assassin's Creed games. And
They haven't done that in the last two. Like you can power through. And
well, there you go. The last one I played was the
Origin.
That one, the pyramid
so they
one.
fixed that. Like
Yeah,
by
okay.
Odyssey, you could like just
I was
by virtue
yeah.
doing the missions, you would level up.
I
and
was
improve your
very
skill
I was
ability.
very very not into that. Where you're like, right,
Yeah.
I want to do this main mission. I'm 3 levels below. Why is it need a mission?
No.
Like,
So
fuck
like
that.
at this point, like they've definitely worked out that skilling better in Odyssey, and like it was one of those things where a lot of people were kind of like shocked. It's like there's an option in there to turn on the skilling. You just turn that on, fixes it.
Cool.
Like there's literally an option in the option. People just literally click it, and it either does one of two things. You either use it because you're so overpowered that you're breezing through missions and it's not a challenge
Yeah.
anymore. So you use it to scale up the older missions.
Yeah,
so that it's a challenge. Still
that was
for you.
something- that was
or
something
you can
I-
bring it to scale up the lower, like the higher missions. down.
That was something I saw in Valhalla. People were like, I maybe died in the first mission and then never died again because it was so easy. It was like, oh,
So you can
good
like they
God.
give you the option to do that. There, like Valhalla, like I feel like you can literally you can go through that shit really easily. Like you can mainline the missions and you'll not have too much trouble. Like there's still going to be there's the things that you're going to have to maybe grind out a little bit or maybe do the extra bits for is if you want to kill those Templars, you know, like the random ones that are
Yeah,
not
yeah.
necessarily story
Yeah.
specific, but like that is your choice. Like if you want to just mainline the main quest and play it for like 40 hours, you can fucking do it. Maybe 30 hours. You can do that. No one is forcing you to do the side stuff in these games now.
fair enough.
And I feel like that's fine. It's like, you know what? You're not if you want to do it, it's there for you. If you don't want to do it, then it's there. But just whatever, just ignore it. Like they have made it easier.
Yeah.
Origin was definitely guilty of it.
Yeah, that was the last one. That
Yeah.
literally put me off Assassin's Creed games because I haven't played any since that. I actually went, I think I was playing it, got annoyed at it, and went back and played Syndicate because it was like, this is the last one I remember liking that I never finished just because it was like, there was so much to do in it, but it all seemed worthwhile instead of just like, you have to go do this. And okay, right now go do this, go do that. Just fuck off. Level up, go do this, go kill him, shout at that man, punch this child.
That was her like a quest line when I would be pretty digging that actually. Just
Yeah.
to shout at that man, punch that child. Like, all right, let's fucking do it then.
Fucking take a shit.
Let's fucking go for it.
in my mouth.
But you were like telling me you need to go toilet down in the mouth.
Take a
What?
shit. Take a shit in my mouth.
They do have they did have the XP boosts and stuff, but like
Yeah.
that's all been like fixed, like because there was backlash. Like it's one of those ones where those games are better optimized now. Is probably the best way I'll put it.
Right.
They also like they're doing that weird thing. I feel like Naughty Dog were the first people I saw do this here, but they're doing this thing where they'll and I kind of like I'm pretty happy that they're starting to do this thing where they will let you change the difficulty option depending on the thing you want to be more difficult. So if you want a more bigger challenge on the stealth things, you can turn up the difficulty for stealth or down for stealth, and then you can do the same for the combat, meaning that you can tailor your enjoyment experience. Because just say like, oh man, I'm no good at stealth, but I would love to feel like a badass while still keeping the normal combat where it is.
Yeah.
You can tailor that shit or vice versa, and I'm really digging that about it. I'm loving that games are doing this shit now. It's like, please do more of that because, you know, some people just don't want the super tough challenges. Not everyone's a Dark Souls player.
Fucking get good.
You're gonna fucking say that. Where's a good story for the last what?
Where's-
My brains.
Where's the good story for Last of Us 2 difficulty? I'd like them to add that. I still haven't played that.
That's that. I feel like I thought that story was great.
Did you play? Have you played
Yeah,
it?
I played it.
Okay.
Yeah, I, played it.
I
I,
was
I
just-
thought it was great.
I was
It's
just-
subjective. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it for one big story beat, and I'm kind of like, come on.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like, I
It
mean,
was
come
pretty
on.
obvious that was going to happen at some point.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I think people.
look at the universe you're in.
I guess people just weren't happy with how it happened, or like the story presented around it. I guess I don't really know. I haven't played it yet.
Getting the binge on it was awful. I mean, like, it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, that's right. He was stroking to Abby.
There was that one scene. That like was kind of like, it was actually great. There's this like really like visceral sex scene with Abby, and then someone was looking at my stream, just like in the preview windows, like going through the list. It was like, John, the Twitch has literally freeze framed on that sex scene for your channel, and there was just like this amazing picture of like Abby getting railed in my
Right.
face in the corner on the Twitch preview. I couldn't stop laughing at that. It's like people coming in to see, like, I wonder who's playing some Last of Us. What the fuck is that?
I mean, like, let's be honest. When was the last time a sex scene in a game wasn't awkward? Like, there is no such thing as a non-awkward sex scene in a game. Like, anything that fucking David Cage has done, any of the Mass Effect shit, like, they're all awkward.
Yeah.
They're all just.
Yeah, it's like.
But I suppose that was the only one that they, literally mocapped and spent probably millions of dollars on to do, and it was still awkward. Like, I feel
like we as gamers are just like not really. I don't know. We're just kind of like going, okay.
It's like, all right, just fucking get on with it.
You could have just faded the black and it
I
would have
know.
got the same thing across.
I literally feel the same way about movies. See sex scenes in movies, like, right, I'm not watching a porn here. Just fucking get on with it.
Yeah.
We fucking get it. Just go. Sim sex is just under the covers wrestling. That's true. To be fair, do they still like pixelate it out, or do you just see like blanket moving and like
I
people
haven't
going
played
like
4 much, but I think from what she says, literally, as they get under covers, you see a lot of like
right, okay, like cartoon
violent sort of
bullshit.
wrestling.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah,
Forgotten hard right.
looking at the rest of the games, like
If these all come out next year, yeah, because it's still 2020. Next year should be a pretty good year.
yeah, you have content to play. That's always good. Like compared to what this year was, like because we knew new consoles were on the horizon. Content was pretty much the standard for this year.
I know,
like you had to wait 5 months per game this year.
We're gonna be
wild.
We're gonna be in this, like kind of weird nebulous state where people will start shifting to making PS5 instead of PS4 games, and then PS4 will probably quite quickly become like if you want to play the worst version, you have to play PS4. Oh, that's never a fun. No one benefits from this stage of switching from one console cycle to another one, so kind of just fucking get this out of the way. Like, because I assume all of these games will come out on PS4 as well, but I wonder, like, will any of them be? Well, actually, no. Stalker might just be a PC game.
Maybe it's
and
PC.
And Vampire may also just be a PC game. But
I would be shocked if Far Cry 6 comes out for PS4.
Really?
Yeah, I think that one will be like a November release. I don't think that's going to be a February release. I feel like that. I'll be shocked. Maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like Far Cry games, like.
We see, because you can't do that too quickly though, because people complain though. They're like, I don't have the chance. I literally have not had the chance to buy a PS5 yet. It's only been like 7 months. Like, you can't not release one of your big tentpole games for.
I think it might be a November release, but it's been a year on at that point. It's like that point. Like, production should have like normalized at that point.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I feel like that might be like a later stage game for them.
But even, like while you're still in this period of time where they're making both a SKU for PS5 and PS4, the fucking devs are going to be like overworked, and like one version will inevitably be worse, and everyone no one benefits from it. So like the sooner we get into people being like, right, PS5, not PS4,
so I wonder,
the better, I guess.
I wonder if it'll be a bit different, and the reason why I say that's there is because both these consoles will have backwards compatibility, and I wonder if they're going to take the PC approach to it, where the game is just the same game, but what they do is they just have
they give you like a different version on their end.
It's literally a res pack patch. And that's the
I guess that's not a bad way to do it, actually,
because that's what they've done with the Ubi games and stuff so far. It's like we've made the same game for both. The difference is just that this one's going to have a locked FPS, and this one's also going to have a lower res patch or a lower res pack on it. And then this one will have the option between like the higher res pack and your FPS.
Yeah. So
you have the whatever decision you want to go for. I wonder if that's just the way they're going to do it.
That seems like a smart way to do it for at least AAA games, but like indie games will have a lot of trouble dealing with that, because like that's a lot of work. Like if you have a team of like 8 people, they're like, right, now you have to make 2 versions. Like, fuck, what if we'll make one? We'll just focus on making one, and then people who don't have the console that you make one for complain, and you're like, well, we don't have the time or the money to make both, and you have to make a decision. So like,
it's unfair to put that sort of expectation on indie. Like, it really is, but like consumers are not necessarily the most clued in, folks.
People don't know. Like,
like you have the enthusiast consumer who understands the market and understands the development cycle well, and they usually are maybe like the 10-15% of consumers.
Yeah.
And then you have the general consumers.
People who
and
play
they
games.
don't necessarily, maybe they'll read the review on a game
On
and
the
they'll
toilet.
be like that clued in. It's like, oh, this is a good game because this person said so, but they wouldn't really don't give a fuck about the dev cycle,
Yeah.
or don't.
Well, I mean, hence all the like, oh, you used to like this game, death threat. Like,
yeah, exactly.
fuck off.
So I'm wondering if but I feel like with these consoles going more for a PC architecture, I think that's probably how they get around it.
Yeah.
You know,
it should be. With the what was that like? What's up?
what's up? Maybe not much. Ellie, we're just doing the podcast. They pixel all nudity for the shower stuff, but the sex is even worse because it just covers up and down with sparkles.
Yeah.
Family friendly game.
I remember modding first Sims to get rid of the nudity because I was a big pervert, and they're just smooth.
Just
underneath.
Just smooth.
Nothing there at all. They're all just Ken dolls.
There's mods these days that will put in
just a big massive 3-foot dick.
the whole 9 yards, depending on what you.
God, they put a whole 9 yards in there.
A whole 9 yards.
Holy
big,
shit!
Just
a
a big
9 yard cock.
donger.
Just wow.
It's like 1 second, I'm going to unleash your commander.
It's like you're standing there and then you turn around and you break all your windows and fucking your door flies off the hinges. Like that'd be good stuff.
But apparently there's a lot you can do with the modding. Yeah, like you can make there's. I'm just gonna say right now, there's a few detestable people that turned one of my passion projects into a porn factory by making content for it.
Passion projects.
It was a little channel I worked on a while ago.
Right. Oh, people were making like Sims versions of you.
No. The people who, when I left the project, the people who continued the project decided to sell Sims porn for their Patreon of themselves.
That is, without a doubt, the most pathetic thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. There's a reason why I may have left the project.
Whoa.
What? What? These are the decisions that I went against, and I was in the minority on these decisions. There's a reason why I don't.
I think
do
this
that
is
channel
I think
anymore.
this is a good time to announce our Patreon where we just fuck each other.
That's
Our OnlyFans. We just rail the life out of each other,
Yeah.
but you have to pay for it. You have to pay. Not for free.
Not for free though. Yeah, the RG mod was the weirdest mod I've ever seen, so it's pretty weird. Plow swords, I fucking love that phrase. Plow swords.
Plow swords.
Fucking great.
Pillow sword? No,
No.
read that wrong. Plow sword.
Plow swords. The fuck. Mostly because no modder wanted to commit to the task of
The
modding
the
job.
PC literally didn't have enough gigabyte. It didn't have enough gigabyte of processing power to render your penis. Couldn't have it.
This thing is like they were selling it and like it was $50 a pop, right?
What?
Yeah, it was $50 a pop, right? Don't get this, $50 a pop, and it's not like you could have just went on to like Pornhub and maybe looked up some, but because it was of them, provided by them. This was like the premium stuff.
That is so fucking sad. Like,
do you want to like cringe into non-existence? Because I felt like
I'm
doing
cringing
that
now already. Like,
I felt like my life force cringe into like an ether into the echo of time.
what?
you know?
Like, what would they have had you do if you were there though?
I don't fucking
you just been
want
like-
to know if I'm
Would your avatar have just been like in the corner masturbating?
Yeah, that's probably would have been relegated to probably. There's a reason why again I don't work with them people anymore.
That is wild.
This is one of many reasons. These were like the arguments I would have had in relation to creative decisions. You know, this is the absurdity of it all.
I'm gonna put just a little naked version of you into Redshift. He'll just be like behind like a bush somewhere. Like,
Just put me in a bush masturbating and that's me happy, you know.
I'll be there as well.
I'm just there, just really into cars.
That'll be one of the collectibles. You have to find the devs and all their friends behind all the bushes, and they're all just like,
They're all just giving it stacks. Never mind, you get download all for free. Model a sim after whoever you
I know
want.
that doesn't make any sense. It's
Yeah.
like you could literally just make a sim of anyone. Like someone could make sims of us right now and just
Yeah.
have us pounding the life out of each other.
I would laugh at if you
that
did
would be
that.
hilarious.
I would laugh my
I
head
would
off
pay
that.
you £50 to do that.
I it's one of those things. You know, the fan base is like 15-year-old and having an early identity crisis on how they.
Or do they have bank cards?
Also, it's kind of like if their fan base is of a younger age, are they peddling smut to youngsters? I don't know.
Yeah,
if that's,
is that like some kind of like weird, like minor thing?
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know the legality of all of this now.
I'm pretty sure you can't sell porn to kids.
Of course not.
Whether it's digital
Of
or
course
not.
not.
Like,
But you know, found rightly that there's probably people who are getting their parents' like credit card and probably going, I need to support this Patreon. Can I do it, Dad? And like dad or mum doesn't know jack shit. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. Suddenly they're getting smut that they really shouldn't be looking at.
Ocean come up with a really good there. Model I have to model this room into Redshift.
How are we going to do that?
See, what you do is it'll be the only house with the door open, and for some reason I'll just make the stairs wide enough that you can just drive up.
Just drive into the stream room.
Or I'll have just the wall off, and it'll just be you in your room like
for the $100 you can get the graveyard tip bundle.
Oh. I'm gonna put a wee graveyard in Redshift and have people sit in it.
Just like have them dating in the graveyard. Just two models, two really like ugly models.
Two fistfuls of cash and a copy of The Sims next to them. Speaking of games in 2021, is there any we've missed that anyone's looking forward to? I suppose question. I picked all these, or is there anything you're looking particularly forward to that it was not on that list?
Maybe me or the chat. So I'm trying to think for myself, but the chat definitely could maybe have some games looking forward to in 2021. For myself, that is a good question. £50. I guess I'm looking forward to the PS5 version of Yakuza Like a Dragon. But that's already on PS4, but I'm looking for the PS5 version of it because that's coming in March. So that's definitely something that I got my eye on. But it's something you could play now if you wanted to. It's just I'm choosing to like hold off because I have a long-term plan for that series because I still want to get through the others first. But yeah, that's kind of the biggest one in the back of my head that hasn't been mentioned already, of course. It's that I know you're joking. £50 was tempting for a second. She's like, I know you're only joking, but $50 to make $50, I will make this of you guys.
Can we pay in installments?
It's like we'll send you a tenner a month.
$10 a month for 5 months. There you go.
Yeah, we'll fucking what's the word? We'll finance that shit. The one can't remember if there's any. Can't remember. That's fair. The one where John runs around burning down. Runs around burning down high street retailers. That's from Hannah. I did not burn down fucking Primark or Primark or whatever fucking mark it is. I did not definitely do. Did probably put that blowtorch near the flammable objects. Look, that wasn't me that definitely did do that.
Wasn't him. The police could be watching.
Might just pick up like a Dragon Steelbook edition for like 33 quid. Oh fuck here.
Wait, what's this upgrade?
I imagine it's probably just like they're going to do like a free upgrade once you put it in the PS5. They'll just do like a texture boost upgrade or like.
I have that Steelbook edition. I didn't know it.
You probably just keep that shit and just like get. Like I plan on just getting it for the PS5. Like I'm just now transitioning my games from PS4 to PS5 in general.
Oh, okay.
Like I have enough to fucking play. I don't need to buy it yet.
Oh, cool. So I can get a PS5 upgrade.
Yeah.
An upgrade for a console that I don't have. Woo!
Well, that's the thing. We're going to be getting you one. Like
Woo!
You told me last night. I don't know if it's because you're drunk and stay or not, but
no, it was pretty earlier on.
Okay. I thought that was like at 2 a.m. But you told me that you want me to put any money that you earn from our endeavor toward that, and I will get you a PS5.
Well, I guess just because you know where to get one, I've been looking and I can't fucking find one.
They'll probably hold me accountable. I think if it all works out, maybe by February I'll get you one.
Fun.
Don't hold me too strongly because that's down to production standards, but I should, like, financially speaking, we should have you one by February if we can purchase one regularly.
Woo! Sweet.
To be fair, everything from Primark is made from fucking polyester nylon, so it burns like a motherfucker. That's true.
Yeah, it wasn't actually a blowtorch. Someone just rubbed 2 shirts together really fast, and it just.
You can start with a match and then level your way up to to a bazooka. Thought about in-depth mechanics of me blowing up stores.
It's pretty good. Like
any games made after like July have to have an upgrade patch for the next gens. That's cool. That's cool if that's a requirement. unless you're a piece of shit like Remedy and just release a game.
Yeah,
on
and then
purpose.
make you pay for it again.
Make
and
you
all that
pay
shit,
for it
yeah.
again just to get the upgrade.
A game that literally no one fucking wanted or cared about.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Abby is
we being
dropping the
raided?
hottest raids on us.
I feel like my asshole is just widening.
It's because she's raiding us.
We're being raided. We're being raided. Shadow Legend.
We're being raided.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you about our sponsor.
Let me tell you about our sponsors.
Not Raid Shadow Legend. I could have got us that sponsor. I fucking didn't.
You should have.
No, I'm not doing that.
That's who wants it. I want to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Do you don't want to know what they wanted from us for that?
Blowjobs.
No, the ridiculous requirements for that.
Right. What if we were just going to get a poster of Raid Shadow Legends and just put it up?
I
the
was
back
not
of it?
willing prepared to do that. But yeah, that's what Sonny said. But yeah, fuck. I have to hydrate here. because-
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
I don't have a wee bit of coffee there. Alright, well, we'll move on.
We'll move on though.
But
It's Raid Shadow. Tramian. How you doing? Did you keep well? Cause
what
I'm
up?
telling you, you're
What up?
looking well.
What up,
Honey,
you boy?
you're looking well too.
what up, you boy?
You boy?
What up, honey, you boy?
You boy, honey. Hi, Drake. Hi, Drake. I like that one. Hi, Drake. BJ's for sponsorship. Where do I sign up? Just drop us a DM to the Player vs. Player podcast Twitter that you can see below the player if you want to check us out.
And then we're just going to BJ each other.
Yeah, you just
Wait.
drop a DM there. We'll sort you out.
Wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, yeah. That's what we're going to do.
Wait, are you not already partnered with an unknown energy drink brand? No.
I haven't seen you drink that in a while.
No, it's not even out there. I've made some. Where's that discount? I have made some very vague tweets about what streamers do,
Oh, yeah.
and like I've noticed there's a very specific amount of streamers I know that are kind of like doing this thing where like they've been partnered. It's like we've just got partnered with like a new energy drink. Check out my code for this energy drink. It's like, motherfucker, you struggled to get 4 people watching you. Who the fuck? You're not partnered. You've just took a fucking like auto-generated code from their website, stuck the fucking branding on to your fucking streams that act like you're like fucking ninja. Shut the fuck up. That means nothing. You literally just hoard yourself out for a company who doesn't fucking know who you are, and you just look like a fucking twat who's trying to fucking like big league people. Shut the fuck up. Get in the bin. Just do content.
Anyway, here's Raid Shadow Legends. We've been playing it for 30... I don't know.
It's just one of those things. It's my pet peeve is like streamers who think them more than they are. And it's like, oh yeah, no, we're so fucking big and mighty because we've got this sponsorship. Bitch, no you have not. They have not paid you fucking money. A sponsorship is them paying you money to fucking advertise for them. You got fuck all.
What energy drink are we sponsored by?
We are sponsored by Monster.
Monster, yeah. Monster Coffee Energy.
Monster Coffee Energy.
What if we were sponsored by Buckfast?
I would love that.
That'd be
the
great.
finest drink from the Abbey.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like it's definitely been.
We could be like the monks.
We are the monks of the Abbey. But no, I it's one of those things where it's been my pet peeve that really annoys me about streamers is like when they try and big league their audience. Because as well as that there, it's like it's not even like this is what gets me, right? You're not big enough.
You're not really getting anything out of it.
But you're like and so at this point, like you've just looked at your community like it's a bunch of fucking like open wallets. Like what the fuck is that about? Like you're not big enough to be at like that. It's grand if you've got like an audience of hundreds of people watching you, right? And you're maybe a commodity, but at this point you're still trying to establish your community.
Suppose like that would be like running up to someone on the street being like, here, drink this. You're like, no, I don't know you. Go away.
It's kind of like, to me, it's an insult to your viewer because your viewer is meant to be trying to connect with you, but like clearly all you've just shown your values is that, oh no, it's not a connection you've established with the person who's kind enough to spend time with you. It's literally an open wallet you're trying to take money from.
Shit, we have no merch in this room right now. Fuck. Would have just put the
We
cup.
have merch,
Would
but we
have put
don't
the cup.
shove it down people's faces.
Would have
though.
put just the cup down.
Like, do you see adverts every 2 seconds on screen talking about our amazing merch? No, you don't. The only time we talk about it is literally in this discussion. It's
Buy
not
a cup. Buy a cup or I'll come to your house and set your curtains on fire.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where like it annoys me because it's just like treat your audience like what they are, which is something special. The fact that they're
sexy
free
ass
time.
fucks that they all are.
Yeah, the sexy people that are given their free time to support you, don't fucking treat them like an open wallet that you can grab from. That's disgusting to me.
Yeah, I would rather reach into our audience in other ways.
Yeah.
Through the butt.
Like support should be like voluntary, not expected.
That's
always what I've always like committed to. Support should be voluntary, not expected.
Buy our mug.
Buy our fucking sweet mug.
Buy a mug, you cunts.
People have bought mugs.
Buy more mugs.
People bought mugs and a t-shirt. There's
I
been
should-
some
I-
lovely support.
I probably should get a mug.
I'll get you a mug. You want me to get you a mug?
Give me a mug.
I'll get you a mug. You want a big mug? We get you a mug.
Big,
Do you want a
lovely mug.
PvP mug?
Sure.
I'll get you a PvP mug.
Cool.
What
are we talking about?
I'd love to be sponsored by those sleep drinks and dog food. Dog food. That's an interesting one. Handy
What if
to
you
be
got them
sponsored
mixed
by.
up, and then you just?
Oh, you end up putting dog food into your cup.
Yeah,
That'd be grim.
that'd be fun.
Fact, Fiend got sponsored by an Australian guy who sells wool. That's like, I think that's cool. I think that's quite cool. Thank you very much for the follow, Artificial Cutie.
Thank you.
Thank you, absolute sweetheart. I hope you're keeping well. You're looking well.
Absolute cutie.
Absolute cutie. Damn right. Thank fuck for NordVPN if you safe watching this stream. My Ridge wallet sleeps silently in my bed. There's just so many fucking. I'm loving this here.
Is anyone listening to this this podcast on a pair of Raycon headphones?
Yeah, Raycons.
Sick.
Don't forget to check out the Raycon.
Yeah.
In the description below. That's what our Christmas presents be. Sure for everyone. Just lovely
Mugs with cum on them.
Yeah, just cum filled mugs. Yeah. So it's a very passionate thing that I'm obviously like have just unloaded on.
Apparently, you're not the only one who is like or that is annoyed about people constantly being advertised stuff.
I'd be fine. I would love a coffee
A
sponsorship.
coffee
That'd be
sponsorship
great.
would be fucking. Mwah. Love that.
You know, if we got a coffee sponsorship, I would like put like a percolator in here.
Oh yeah,
and we
you
would
just have
brew
it
the
going.
coffee
Yeah,
while
just have
we're
it going
streaming,
as you're
yeah.
streaming. That'd be a really good. We
I'll
should
put
just do that.
Raycon mask.
We should probably just do that anyway. Like.
Yeah. Nah, I'm listening to a sweet pair of Ray Johns. Oh, he's got that good
Oh
shit.
my
He's
God.
got that good shit.
They're ours. There are ones.
Cutie is a fucking cutie for real, apparently. Why am I not surprised? Because the name told me so.
Oh wait.
Oh, Hanny does have a mug coming, by the way.
Woo!
She purchased one of our delightful mugs. Again, this wasn't like a point where I'm trying to shill for us. Like that wasn't like the whole like idea of that spiel. It's just been a thing that I hate so badly.
Yeah.
It's something that it just goes. When it comes to my ethos and streaming, it is something that it triggers me. It really triggers me quite a bit, you know. Because you know what I got? I was watching one of their videos one day, and they had like a whole 5-minute intro. It was meant to be like a supercut of like some of their like stuff in games, like it's a supercut of like the games in plan.
Yeah.
But they spent like an uncomfortable 5 minutes trying to explain why people need to do this. And I was like, and I know their viewership is not high. It's like if they get 10 people watching them, which is definitely a great thing to have, but it's not a consistent thing. And I'm like, oh my god, you're there's being a shill, and then you just look at people like an open wallet. Just get in the bin.
Get this stream in the bin.
Get it in the
Get
fucking
it in the fucking bin. Mate.
These fucking stupid shoes as well. The boring watches.
Stupid shoes? Are people doing shoes?
There's shoe sponsorships out there now. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called, but
That's like the one thing you don't even see on a stream is people's shoes.
Linus has been doing it recently. Linus
Right.
Tech Tips.
We're sponsored by. We're sponsored by Nike Air Max. Fuck.
The water repellent shoes. Yeah,
Water repellent shoes?
like they're
What?
really they're just really hydrophobic apparently.
Who fucking cares?
Just remember, folks, that you can save a 2% on a mug when you use the offer code SELLIT at the checkout. I feel like sponsorships are fine so long as
Yeah.
like you've got a big enough audience.
As long as you have a big enough oranges. Oh, we should have a shoe cam, just like another camera, just on the
I
floor.
could do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
Gotta have that shoe cam. Do you want a shoe cam though, or do you want the cam we just did, or you want to see more us? I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed stroking you a little bit. I got into that a little bit much.
Yeah, I can't stand up right now because that's how much
Sponsored by leg hair.
that's how much I enjoyed it.
But yeah, I feel like I went on a crusade here, and I want to apologize
You should.
for my conduct. It just I got triggered. Like Totine was trying to trigger me.
You got
Fucking
triggered like a
did it.
bitch.
I got triggered like a bitch, but now I understand where I come from when I say this shit.
So wait,
Nightmare
hold on.
Max would be grand.
We need a crotch cam and a foot cam.
We talked about this. We were talking about this. Remember, I had boob cams. We're talking about crotch cams. And get, like,
Oh yeah.
Just
yeah.
like imagine, like it's like people go like booby streamers. Why not crotch streamers?
Yeah, get a
Just look
dick.
at my bulge boys.
Get a dick in there.
Just look at my big bulge boys.
Like
Let's
cock
go for
stream.
it.
Then you can start like you can pay for people to like tell you what you have to shove down your pants.
Yeah, like do you want to increase the bulge? Well, I've got this.
500 bits for a banana.
Yeah, just and then like 1,000 for cantaloupe.
Ooh. And
Two of them beside each other, so
then
a big, massive.
yeah, then it
balls.
just looks like you have some kind of weird cancerous growth.
Yeah, and then like put the banana between them, so you have massive balls but a smaller penis.
Just like in real life.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
What?
Is this on? Oh fuck.
We discussed this. Yeah. Do not do a shoe cam. The foot fetishists will crawl out of the woodworks.
They will literally crawl because they'll be on the floor. being
They'll be
like,
crawling on the floor, and I will be there.
Think of all the money you could make from foot fetishists, though.
We just leveled up.
What we leveled up? I can't hear anything. My headphones went off again.
It was they can now use their channel points to do little quick, nice little sounds that are completely string friendly.
Sweet. So
It's for people who want to use their
they won't
their,
sue us.
their actual channel points these days. We've included that option. Don't worry though, the individual has to wait for like 5 minutes before they can do that sound again.
Ooh.
But other people can, but the cost offsets it a little bit. Food fetishists and furries are where the money. Furries do make furries make bank for people.
Fucking right. Get the furries in here. How could we lure foot fetish furries in? What could we do to lure
You
the
have to
foot
draw
fetish
some
furries?
like furries with like,
So-
but then make the feet the core focus of the drawing. Like have them in the background, but the feet were kind of like up front, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to start drawing us as furries, but with our feet out, and then people will be like,
Yeah, they'll want to just jazz. They'll just want to jazz on our toes.
"Ooh, toe bean fetishists."
Yeah. Double up. Oh my God, where's that Dollar Shave Club?
Does it look like either of us shave?
I mean, we can do the Manscaped one.
Well,
though.
to be fair, I do shave quite a lot actually.
You take it down where I trim the sides here. I trim the sides here so it doesn't crawl up too far up my face.
Yeah.
So I take these bad boys down a bit, you know.
What's the Manscaped?
That's the ball shaving stuff.
Ooh.
With this skin safe technology, so you don't get nicks and cuts when you're going for
That's
that
never
undercarriage.
fun when that happens.
It's never fun. But
Actually, let's wrangle up a Manscaped.
Yeah,
on.
let's get a Manscaped.
We're
one.
men. We have
get the
scapes.
Lawnmower 4.0. I
Sweet.
think it's something like that. There.
Is it just like a razor with like a really long handle? So
I
you
think
can be like,
I think it's got a light on it, so you can also.
Oh,
like,
shit, you can just-
you can full on.
you can see where your taint is. Fucking right.
Ball
I'm
safe
excited.
tech,
I'm
actually.
excited about this. We should contact someone.
We
at
should
this.
we should get the man. And the best part is it's good for both genders because they like to shave.
Because
that
women
as
have
well.
balls too. It's
They
fine.
don't have but skin safe technology, so
That's
they don't
true.
have to worry about nicking.
I
stuff if they don't
assume-
wanna nick.
Well, I know actually for a fact that trying to shave a vagina is just as tricky as trying to
Yeah.
shave around a pair of balls.
Yeah,
so
and so the skin
we all
safe
need it.
technology supports both people.
We all have skin. Everyone's
Yeah.
got a taint.
You want that skin safe technology to ensure that you're going to get the cleanest shave with the least amount of aggro.
You want the freshest taint that you can possibly have.
We are shilling a product we're not even.
We're not
sponsored for.
even involved in. So
So yeah,
I'm just gonna sponsor myself. So that's it.
we're gonna shave our balls on.
Yeah, next week's Christmas stream will just be an absolute close up of our shaving our nethers.
Yeah, but yeah, listen, maybe we should get into. Why don't you give me some head?
Some head. Do you want some head?
Yeah, the head.
I'm trying to think of all the areas that I shaved now. Pretty much just my face, balls, like
That's pretty much the
back,
core place.
kind of like
Oh, here.
back of the shoulders.
Here,
I
yeah.
don't like having hairy shoulders.
Fair.
Obviously, I shaved my chest.
Oh, do you? 'Cause it's hard to show mine, but I shave mine too.
This is the stream. It's just us showing our chest.
Yeah. It's kind of hard because my t-shirt won't go down, but like my beard gets in the way when I go. It's like here, look at my chest, and it's just beard.
Beard,
Still.
yeah.
It's still just beard. It's
Yeah,
like,
look at my chest hair.
Yeah.
So long.
It's like the beard gets in the way to show off my chest. That's the problem. That's what happens when you're a big hairy lad like me.
That's about it. She has shaved my shoulders to parts where I can't get.
Yeah, it's just kept you good like that.
Can't like.
It's love. That's love. That's how love works.
It's hard to do that, I guess.
Tangent count. We're up to 1,036 tangents.
Oh, it has to be more than that.
Streams is flagged for nudity. Too much skin on show.
Oh, there's gonna be more.
Oh, don't you worry. Next
Don't you
week
worry.
we're gonna manscape ourselves. into
Yeah,
a
I don't know
corner.
how we're gonna get away with like doing the ball thing, but.
It's because it's not a nipple. They
Oh,
just-
okay, right. So they're more worried about saying a net than they are about saying a ball.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah. Gotta hydrate.
Didn't know that.
But yeah.
I need a quick pee.
You need a quick pee. You want to take a quick pee, and then we'll get into the head-to-head.
Take a quick pee break.
That's cool. Can you do us a favor? Can you bring up one of the blue clear bottles of water to give myself a refill?
Do you want me to just bring the?
Bring it up because I'm just gonna shot it into this here. I almost treat them like
eat it in?
I almost treat it like they're refill cartridges now
Okay.
for this because it keeps it cold in here.
Cold. Bye, everyone.
He'll be back in a wee second, guys. He's just gonna absolutely.
Start head to head. Start giving the audience head.
I would love to give the audience head. I'm all up for that. Nipples are apparently evil. They are. Gotta ask why Borderlands 2 versus Bioshock 2 and not Bioshock 1. It was the suggestion made by the audience, Ocean. So we have in our Discord server, people who are not aware of our Discord server, you can join our Discord server. There's a section for the Player versus Player podcast, and we actually do ask for people to suggest the head-to-heads. None of these are things that we've suggested to ourselves. These are audience-related suggestions. If you don't want to do it for the Discord, though, you can go and you can send us the suggestions to the Player versus Player podcast Twitter, which is Below the Player, or PVS podcast on Twitter. If you don't want to, I'm near sure that is the direct @ tag on it. But we do all these to come from either the Discord or from our from the social medias. So when it comes to like Borderlands 2 versus Bioshock 2, that was the one suggested by a member of the audience. So that's why it's specifically those two. And now is a good time to plug today's stream sponsor and talk about the benefits of Blue Chew. I would fucking love, like, I'm curious about Blue Chew. Apparently this Viagra gives like 60-year-old men the raging erections of goddamn fucking 20-year-olds, and it's just chewing gum. And I'm curious. Like, I've never been curious about Viagra before, but then suddenly you got like fucking like Eric Bischoff and shit for any of our friends here in the rest. It's like, and suddenly I was just giving my wife the greatest sex she ever had. And I'm like, Eric, you're fucking in your 60s. There's no way this gum is this fucking good, mate. But like everyone's like screaming and shouting about it, so I'm like, I'm curious now. I'm curious because it's chewing gum. Ooh, got my water delivery. Curious how you're going to do the Sims one. I'm glad to be here for it, to see it at least. Yes, the Sims one's interesting. Like I think that'll be a good one as well. I would love to do a Blue Chew review. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Hell's Blue Chew?
Remember that chewing gum that's Viagra?
Oh no.
I would do it on podcast. I would take one on podcast and just do a review.
You would just say like the tables to start going up.
Yeah, the tables start going up, and I would just go like, this is a. I would take one, and then I would just like for it the stream just give you like an update of like how I feel.
How erect you are at a
How
scale of
erect
1 to
I
10.
am. I'll just need a way to get rid of it though. So good thing you're here.
Oh. I'd suck it out, E.
Sorry, I just treat it like a. It's a refill.
Is there like exactly enough space
No,
in
it
that
stops
thing?
about here.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm safe doing this.
Like watching the Titanic go down.
Man, you always gotta go down.
Fun. Right, who's going first, me or you? Or are we just doing it?
We could always do rock paper scissors like we did last week.
Fair enough.
You have to eat an Omaha steak first. I'm gonna eat an Omaha steak. Don't you worry. Oh my god, that would be a weird stream.
What's
the
an
boner bubblegum.
What's an Omaha steak?
Omaha steaks, like Omaha's really well known for their steaks. They actually have like a big brand called Omaha Steaks. Apparently, I think it's just like really well. I think it's the cattle are very well grazed there, and apparently the steaks are quite premium from that region.
Mm.
And there's a whole brand around it. But that was also a big sponsorship on a lot of podcasts, especially the wrestling ones. It's like quickly get this bundle for the Omaha steak. It's like Jericho just talking about steaks for a good 5 minutes. You're like, okay, mate, can you get back to the part where you're talking about the thing I actually care about?
Yeah, the part that people want to hear about.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to do rock paper scissors. See who goes first.
Okay, right.
Go on. 3, 2, 1, go. Go on, go.
Okay, hold on.
Best of 5.
Best of 3. So
Best of 3. Yeah, sorry, I figured there's 5 attempts, but yeah, you're right.
Okay, right.
You can only do it so many times because like no you okay?
I keep fucking punching the table.
The reason I can put okay. So you know what it is? I can fix the reward queue. We'll do that in a wee second, or I'll do that next stream. I had to do it because someone kept spamming it one day and it was pissing me off.
Right. Okay. Right. So.
Go on, go.
Okay. Like 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
3, 2, 1, go. I won.
Right. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. You go on. 3, 2, 1, go.
No, you got me. Yeah.
Sound 2. I need one more.
Right,
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. God damn it. Okay, next winner wins.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. You go first.
Wait, what I will win?
You get to pick first.
Oh,
You get to go for it first.
Just two lads fisting the fuck out of each other.
So, Battlefield 1942 or Call of Duty? The original.
Wait, I have to answer first?
Yeah.
That's the
Or
winner.
you get
That's
to pick. Sorry, you get to pick.
it's like that's what the winner goes.
Oh no, you get to pick if you go first or not. Do you want to go first or not? Then.
He is coming.
No,
Cover
no,
your
I don't.
butt.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I would pick Battlefield 1942. It was when Battlefield was still fun. It's still a great game. Call of Duty wasn't a bad game at that point. Like that was still a great game as well. But I just love the idea of it was the first time.
I'm pretty sure this is like Modern Warfare 1 because it was like I clipped a wee bit into the end of it, but it was like 2003
Right.
remake or something like that. Or
Then I would still pick 1942.
really okay.
I loved this is when DICE was like their first game. I love the fact that there was a military game that you could just like jump in a tank, jump in a jeep, jump in a plane, had multiple classes, had all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that game was incredible. I fucking loved 1942. Had all the expansions for it. It was my jam. I played it as a PC player. I would pick 1942 over Call of Duty any day.
I also agree because I really just never had much love for Call of Duty ever. It went a certain direction pretty fucking quickly. And
Yeah.
it was not a direction that I was into at all. I think like Modern Warfare 1 and 2 were fine, like for the games that they were, but like even by the time it got to the second one, I was like, all right, they're putting like way less interest in the single player campaign, and that was really all I cared about. The multiplayer was fun for a while, but like it was one of those games where the people who were good at it got good at it so quickly that if you weren't, spending literally all your fucking waking energy playing this game, then you would just jump into a match and be immediately gunned down again and again and again, and it was like no fun. At least 42, it was such like a big game that you had a chance of just doing just as well
Yeah.
every round, and it was like fun.
And it also rewarded you for like playing roles that were not traditional combat. So like
Yeah.
being a medic and whatnot, you still got points, you still leveled up, you still fought, you still got credit for being a good player.
That is true. So yeah, I'd be pretty happy with like 1942 or like even what was the other one? 2142.
2142 was good, but it was like
was fun.
one of their lesser received sequels.
Yeah, I think at that point they just maybe made slightly too many of them.
They did, because they went from 42 to a bunch of 42 expansions into Vietnam.
Yeah, Vietnam
and
was
then
okay.
Vietnam into 2142, and I think it was just a lot of content. Pretty much just drowning you of content at that point. It was like almost too much. So I can see why they were
then-
like, maybe not.
And then Call of Duty just done the same thing by releasing a game every year for the
Yeah.
last 12 years.
But people seem to be receptive to it. I don't know why.
I don't know, because they're all idiots.
So, do you want to answer the Sims 4 versus Sim 2 first? Do you want me to answer first?
I'll answer this one first.
Yeah, go for it.
Sims 3.
That's not the choice. It's 2 or 4, not 2, 4, or 3.
It says Sims 4 or Sims 3.
Oh, does it? I thought it said 2.
You illiterate cunt bag.
I am incredibly blind.
You're so
as well
drunk
as
right now.
like-
You're so drunk.
The
You can
water
it's
has
not.
me-
It's not water. It's actually just raw vodka. You just can't even
I
begin
wondered why that
to
tasted
imagine
funny.
the smell in here. Like, oof.
Oh.
Yeah. Sims 2 was probably the one that I played the most, but the options were between 3 and 4. So
I misread that, and I will full-heartedly
I think
apologize.
Sims 3 was fine because like it actually added a lot of shit. Like Sims 2 was just a very slightly better version of the first one, and then I think pretty sure like 3 was the first one that you can actually kind of like go outside your house and do other shit.
Yeah.
It was like there's a little bit of like kind of open-endedness to it, but like from what I've seen from The Sims 4, it's just absolutely fucking like dominated by paid content. Like there's thousands of packs for it.
To be fair, that wasn't exclusive to 4.
I know that was in the rest of them as well, but it seems so much more abhorrent in Sims 4. Like there's just so much shit for it, like too much weird shit for it that you have to pay money for. I mean, they're all like those games. They're money makers. Like they were the casual games there for a while that people used to be like, oh, you fucking play Sims, don't you? You're not even a fucking real gamer.
Which is such a stupid thing to say.
I know it's stupid. Like,
I
but
hate that whole idea you're not a real gamer bullshit.
I think like
Get in the fucking bin if you say that.
yeah, Sims 4 did make DLC for DLC.
It's like I think they added DLC onto a DLC pack.
Oh right, okay, right. You've already like you've paid for this, and then
It's like, oh, you want more from this like very like rooted themed pack? Pay more money.
Ugh. Sims 4 is Garbo. Sims 3 was a nice middle ground between classic Sims 1 and 2 and more DLC crazy nature of 4. Yeah, that's kind of how I remember looking at it. Like 1 had I think 1 was pretty much just like the base game. I don't think it had any DLC at all. Maybe
they
like
were,
a pet.
They were still in the days where you bought expansion packs.
Yeah, a Sims expansion pack, and then 2 was like a more robust version of the game. Where like if someone give you the opportunity, like you want to play 1 or 2, you would usually pick 2, and then 3 was like, oh okay, this is where they're going. You can go outside, you can go get a job, and there was a couple of like, I think there was like the Sims 3 like nightlife and like pet packs and stuff for it like that, and it was fine. And then I think the only time I really played Sims 4 is when it was that free game on the PS Plus.
I think I got like a couple for free with Origin at one point because they're like,
I may have also, yeah.
They're like, here, take this free game. You know why they don't do it? Because they want you. They know They know if they get you into the ecosystem, it's the money they're going to. But it just, DLC.
It definitely just looks like that. I'm pretty sure like the first thing you see in Sims 4 is like buy a DLC pack or something like that. Like I think there's an advert for one before you literally even start the game, and it's like it's very clear where their priorities are now. When in 3 it probably wasn't quite that clear yet. Like that all came afterwards, but it was still a good game. But Sims 4 just seems to be like, you want to stay up for 24 hours a day instead of 12 hours a day.
Wee pad, give us a wee pad. It's a wee pad. I'll let you stay up. I'll stay up. You guys, wee pad. Hey, you want that? You want that ottoman? You want that fucking ottoman? Give us a wee pad. Give us a wee pad. Wee pad for that ottoman. Need that ottoman. You know. Sims 4 has very good aspects, many quality of life upgrades. The gameplay in many ways better in Sims 3, but it's hard to go back now if loading takes and how buggy some shit is. Guess support's not really there for Sims 3.
Yeah, I guess not. It's an pretty old game, but at this point, like
I haven't played Sims 3, so if I was going to pick, I would have to pick 4. Purely based on the nature that I can't speak to the other one if I haven't played it.
Everyone in the chat wants to beat you up now because you picked the wrong one.
I mean, they can beat me up, but like, go for it. Bring it. I've always said you want to throw down, let's throw down. Always challenge the chat to throw down.
He gets off on it though.
I don't get off on it because I'm not really into beating people. Like that's
you're into getting beat.
I'm not really into the violence aspect of being beaten. That wouldn't turn me on. That like if people are going to throw down, I'm going to throw down.
A bunch of tiny women just coming at you, being like, oh.
It's not really a beatdown. That's like a grope.
Exactly. Just going to grope you.
It's different. It's kind of difference. It's like, are you groping me or are we fighting?
They're trying to fight, but it's resulting in just like a weird.
It's kind of like a Lynx or an Axe body spray advert at that.
Yeah, point. You're just like, oh no, and they're all like, oh. a terrible future for us all. So you
just got a wonderful tweet there.
Tweet.
The PBS podcast apparently needs to be sponsored by Manscaped.
Sweet.
And needs more nudity.
Wait, what?
But yeah, like one expansion for Sims 3 is literally unplayable laggy. Jesus. But like I've never played 3, so I can't speak to it. Like 4, I played a little bit when I got it for free, and I was like, again, I was talking about earlier why I've got that thing where my brain just turns off microtransactions and DLC purchase and things, where I'm just like, it will just like autopilot into clicking away from it. It's like click. It's like, okay, yeah, this is a Sims game. This is not bad, you know. I'm enjoying it for what it is. It's not where I played when I played 1. It's like, I'm a murder person in a pool.
Yeah,
you know, that was the murder.
Enjoy your ladders, bitch. Wow.
It's like, wow, you don't have them anymore, you big cunt. Yeah. It's one of those ones where I'm like that with that game. But you know what? I'm kind of like, when it comes to simulation games, I prefer big city sims.
Yeah.
Not Sim City specifically, but like Tropico or Skylines and stuff like. I like city management more than I like house management.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's just me. But I enjoy them enough. They're still fun. If I was given the option between the two, I would go for the city management game. But I still enjoy some aspects of like house management. But I've only ever played 4. So I'd have to play 4.
Shit, they can get out of pools without the ladders. They know now.
Oh, those dirty bastards! They found out how. I know
you can do a thing where like you can pick a like a plot for your house on top of like a little hill, and then you make like a little house. It's like one room. You just put a bed in it, and then you go outside and you put like a hedge that just does that.
Yeah.
The whole way around your house,
and then
it takes them so long to get out of it.
Yeah.
That, like, they leave. They wake up in the morning. They're like, right, I have to go to work, and they start doing that.
You create the labyrinth.
Yeah, and then by the time they get out, they've missed work.
Or they're dead. They're not dead.
They're just traveling.
Yeah.
The whole fucking day. It's pretty fun.
$800 USD to buy every DLC. That's wild.
It's probably more than that.
Probably. It's one of those ones where like,
that's like DOA 6 total DLC package, I think was
But-
like 1,700 or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's not unheard of.
Yeah,
Like the way I always kind of look at that stuff, it's like you choose to buy that.
that's true. But I mean, at the same time, you have to look at the games like The Sim 4 and be like, right, how much of this could have actually been in the game instead of you separating it and making people pay for it? Because like most of it just literally just comes down to like a couple of like 3D items and that's it. It's like you could have just put this in.
You could have, but it's cosmetics. Like I mean, it's
But
a lesser.
but
of two
the
evils
game
when it
is
comes to
entirely
DLC.
made up of cosmetic things. So that particular argument isn't quite the same when it comes to Sim stuff.
I would argue the difference if I knew what the actual stock amount of items were. So it's not necessarily a conversation I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
If they have a reasonable set of stock items, like if you've got enough physical items in the base content, then I'd argue that's actually not the case. I would disagree. It depends on what the base.
They do that thing where like say you're the character standing in front of like a fucking like an empty kitchen thing when you're like bloop, and you go to put something down, it will put paid DLC items like in the list. That'll be like two, like you could put this down now. You don't have enough money for this, or you can just buy this. But like it's always telling you to buy stuff.
Yeah, no, that's grim. Like
annoying,
I'll not defend that action because that is kind of grim, but you make that choice, and as long as there's enough actual items in the base game, to me, if you got like a shit ton of items in the base game, for you to buy those additional items, that's on you. Like you make that informed decision, right? And that's where like I still think the argument of like it's just cosmetics still holds water. It's different if like there's like 20 items and you're like 400 to buy, or if they have like you start off with like 400 items and you can buy an additional 100. I'm kind of like, there's a difference in the way this argument gets weighted. Not to defend EA, but they go on sale pretty regularly.
No, the next one.
Strong criticism Sims 4 is that the base game with NA packs is shite. Okay, well, fair enough then, because I didn't know. I said I didn't know.
Well, like they do that. That's why they do that now.
These
Like,
packs to make
if
it
you're if you're not
that is the case, then fully all criticism can be lent against them. I said I didn't know.
fuck him.
I didn't know. I even said expressly I did not.
Fuck
know.
EA. Fuck a line of him. Right, let's move on. Borderlands Part 2 or BioShock Part 2.
Borderlands 2 was the one still in Rapture, right?
Yes.
And that's when you played a big father, or a large father. Sorry, it was the character you played. And you're sure it was? You played a large father, a big daddy.
Are you talking about BioShock? Is it
Yes.
Borderlands?
Sorry, Borderlands. My apologies. BioShock 2 was the one you played because I said Rapture, so I thought.
I was like, is the planet you're on called Rapture? It was Pandora, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sorry. So
You
like
big, beautiful-
BioShock
yeah.
2, that's the one you're still in Rapture. You play a large father.
You're a big, beautiful daddy in it. Yep.
A big, beautiful daddy.
Yep.
Daddy.
Or Borderlands.
Borderlands 2. Went on record saying I prefer Borderlands 1 of all the Borderlands games, so I'll probably go for BioShock 2.
Okay. I remember very little about either game, but I would probably also go for BioShock 2 because when it comes down to it, Borderlands was essentially just another FPS that didn't really have much going for it in terms of story. It was just fun to collect guns.
It was fun to collect guns,
And it
but
was
like by
fun.
the second and third one, I felt it was a bit wish-washy. See me?
Right,
I feel like those games. This is my opinion. They don't add enough to validate a new game.
You've done enough with your first game, and you didn't really add.
Like the big thing is every time it's like we've added a new class in some areas, but like when you break it down, these areas kind of look like the areas from the old game, and the class could have just been a DLC.
Right. Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
People might think differently, but I always thought those games were kind of like wafer thin when it came to like actual uniqueness.
Yeah.
When it came sequel on sequel, like the first game felt great because it was the first time we ever saw this shit, and you're kind of like, this is a very new and interesting premise and concept. Then the second one's kind of like, here's the same premise and concept with different classes.
With different cell shading. Whoa.
And then third one's like, here's the same premise and concept with some different classes and maybe a palette swapped area.
Yeah, did anyone play the third one?
I know a few people played the third one. I tried it and I was like, wow, this is too much of the same.
It kind of just came out and went away.
It was just, it always feels very samey.
For something that was like at one point such a big franchise, Borderlands 3 was a wet fart, like, definitely.
Yeah, like I don't mind those criticisms if the story's engaging enough.
Yeah.
The story never
Well,
engaged me that much.
Borderlands never had a decent story.
2 was okay. Like Handsome Jack was an interesting, like, charismatic antagonist.
Yeah.
I will give them credit that, like, Handsome Jack as an antagonist was incredibly well written, but the core fundamentals of it all just kind of felt meh.
I know those games like this, like dealing with the stories in those games. It's usually like, right, you get a story mission and then you hear nothing about the story for 12 hours, and then you're like, what was going on again? And like you get 3 cutscenes and the game's over, just because most of it is just about going about shooting things. At least BioShock 2 was literally all story.
Yeah,
So
like. Ocean says Bioshock 2 is miles better than the first. Definitely, like, they probably polished the gameplay. Like, the gameplay felt more polished, but, like,
yeah, you work out the kinks.
you work
in
out the
sequel.
kinks by the second one, but, like, fundamentally, like, it's the same game.
BioShock 2 then.
Bioshock 2. That's what we say. I know very little about of Bioshock, other than there's a character called Big Daddy. 10 out of 10.
It's weird because like the big sister was called Big Sister and not Big Mummy.
Yeah, that was a interesting change. Like, Big Sister instead of, like, Big Daddy and Big Mummy. Big Mummy.
Wow, Big Mummy.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never. I don't know.
Borderlands 2
Here's the
was
thing, like, I'm not even against the concept of those games because I am
yeah.
unapologetically a Diablo fiend.
Aye. Borderlands 2 was
So-
fun when you were playing it in when you were playing it like co-op and stuff, but it was decidedly less fun when you weren't. So you're like, the more like how often are you really going to be playing this with people? Like, so
Like, Blizzard's not in a great place, and Blizzard's kind of shit.
Yeah.
But at least with every Diablo, there's been like flavor, a new flavor. There's a texture
was that
to the new game. Like, but I can't say that about the Borderlands game. It feels like the texture is the same every time, with maybe just a subtle addition of like a different sauce on the side.
Because of Randy Pitchford. He's too busy snaking all the money to buy his magic tricks. Buy decks of cards.
Oh yeah,
like,
he loves magic,
it's
doesn't
like,
he?
I need 40 million decks of cards at $2
I could
each.
make so many jokes. I'm not gonna.
What?
I don't know if I can say
No,
this.
jokes about what?
But Randy Pitchford and his enjoyment of magic tricks.
His lust for magic.
I could say things, but I'm not gonna.
He disappeared all his employees' money.
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I almost kind of want you to mute the mic a second so I can say this.
Which one is it? This
The
one?
very bottom one.
It's probably a good thing that
Yeah.
you're not on record here.
I told you it was dark, man.
Oh, there you go.
You have to admit, I could not have said that. I think people feel weirder about the whole mummy than the word dad. Yeah, I guess.
No, Daddy is like
Daddy's
Daddy is way more like sexualized now than Mummy
No,
has
but
ever been.
I feel like daddy is the socially acceptable sexualization
Fuck that.
of the parentals.
Get the dirty mummies in there as well.
Definitely get them in there, like, but it's just not the thing. Randy Pitchford did magic tricks for fucking Borderlands live stream. Like, shut the fuck up.
That's true. Yeah.
Borderlands, you
He
big
done it
faggot.
on stage, like you big bag of dicks. Like no one
one
cares
is
about your
here.
fucking card tricks. Go away.
No one should ever say daddy. Sorry, not sorry. I think it's funny. I actually like find comedy in it now.
Well, when you call me daddy.
Oh yeah, it's just like daddy in general.
Yeah.
Especially if I make like a really disturbing sound about it. Daddy.
Oh, Donnie.
Daddy.
Oh, mommy.
Oh my daddy.
Oh,
I find
mommy.
it funny. I get a bit of a kick out of just the comedy of it more than anything at this point. Calling a guy daddy during sex is way more normalized. It actually really is.
If you call a girl mommy during sex, be prepared to pay for a taxi home, like, because you're leaving at the end of that sentence, like.
Unless that's like a pre-arranged sort of like express sort of
Yeah.
interest from both of you, like you have to talk, you have to kind of, you have to agree that.
Yeah,
shit up
that
front.
is not something you can just drop out, like.
Where like when a girl says it, like the guy's kind of like, oh well, whatever.
Well, okay, that's kind of weird.
Maybe
but
not his
okay.
thing, but he's like,
Fair
fuck
enough.
it, I'm fucking, you know.
It's like, that's fine. I've heard people say that before, but if you're like, oh yeah, do that to me, mommy, like you're gone, you're done. You're done.
You're done.
You're done. Just don't say
It's
it.
so. I mean, mommy and Tom, sorry. They're
That's a very specific thing, though. Like, if I was to say that to Tara, she would leave. She would go back to America. Like,
yeah.
that's weird.
Where it's like we're in the bedroom where like I think guys just don't give a fuck if they're not totally into it. They're just like, I'm fucking.
I don't care. There's more important
I'm
things.
too busy.
There's more important things at the minute.
Where like it will kill the vibe if it's like
Oh yeah, say goodbye to that vibe. Like,
that vibe
gone.
is gone with
Way-
you
away home.
If you've not like
Yep.
you've not got on the same page before saying mummy or mommy, during sex, that's going to kill a vibe faster
Can't do that.
than literally a house fire.
Just don't do it. Yeah, if your curtains were on fire, that would be more erotic than if someone said "mommy" to you. Like,
Yeah.
oof. It is even more gross than Belfast accent.
Mummy?
Everything is. Oh, mommy! Like,
Oh, mummy! So great. The powerful thing you can call your partner in bed is comrade.
is that like if they're on the red wave?
Yes, comrade. More.
The communists are coming.
To each their own, man. I think it's weird that one taking all of the other is considered a weird.
Yeah,
It's just not been standardized. That's the thing.
Yeah, and it's not something that should be standardized. Either.
No. Well, I mean, like, to each their own. I'm not going to tell people what to do and don't do in their own private fucking food wars, you know? But it's just societal standards are like a common thing because there is just societal standards.
Calling your boyfriend mommy is actually a real power move. That'd be
That you know what? See if that happened, I'd be like,
that's like some reverse psychology right
if it
there.
happened, I'd be like,
Ooh, that's right. That's right.
it's like someone calls me mommy. I'm like, well, I've got the tits for it,
Well,
I guess.
got these titties. It is also creepy when girls call their actual dads daddy if they're over 10. If your age is in double digits, then
To me, in that one again, that's all preference, you know. Like you're in your relationship, have your kinks, you establish those kinks as a unit. My guideline is like, keep that shit to your private affairs.
No,
it should never be a public thing.
She means grown women who call their dads daddy.
Again, as long as it's not in public, I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, you don't have kinks with your dad.
No. I'm one of those things where, like, it's not my relationship as long as I don't have to experience it in a public.
If I
setting,
hear,
don't give a fuck.
If you don't establish kinks with your dad, and if I hear you calling your dad daddy again, I'm gonna kill him and then become your daddy. So I'll tell you to stop calling me daddy. Papa's not good. Papa's not bad.
Like
If you're like a World War II, what do you call it? Like refugee.
Yeah, Papa.
Yeah, like you're saying your dad's going
Pappy,
to war.
yeah.
Pappy's good.
Oh, like that's kind of like, remember A. Grow? It's like had
Hey,
like,
papi.
it's like I'm your poppy. He had a shirt like that.
That's true. He did
and
actually.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn right, A. Grow's my poppy, you know. But yeah.
Father's a wee bit too formal. This is my father. Well, father's something that like rich people say. Like, this is my father, Begley Jr. Like,
Begley Jr.
Fucking fuck off.
It's definitely one of those things where like
Father, will you fetch me the water bucket? You're not saying water bucket if you're calling your father.
seed provider.
Ooh,
That's an interesting one.
Gravy train or something
Again,
like that.
the way my belief in that system and all that shit is like, you know what, as long as it's not illegal and it's done in the privacy of their own homes, I don't need to know or care. You know, if it's done, if I'm sitting in a McDonald's, right, and I'm looking at my burger, and suddenly I hear someone going, "Oh my God, Daddy, don't touch me like that," I'm going to be like, "What the fuck, motherfucker? This is a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
There's kids everywhere. Keep that shit to your private.
Stop touching your fucking daddy.
Stop diddling your daddy in the middle of McDonald's. There's fucking kids around, you piece of shit. You know, that's the difference. That's where I'm kind of like, it's like,
I spent this with my daddy's money. Yeah, that's about right. Fuck that shit. Right, we've got two left. Nier Automata or God of War. I assume this is the new God of War because it's the.
I would have to assume.
Yeah. Assume away. You go first.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah. Have you played both of these?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
My copy of Nier Automata is with a friend from work though at the minute. So I do have a copy of it. It's just in the ether at the minute. I need to get back from them. Like once you a pandemic happens, like getting stuff off people's not as easy.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I haven't got any weed in it. No.
I'm gonna go for God of War. If it's the remake, definitely not. See, if it was the original, it'd be Nier Automata. But if it's a remake, it's God of War.
I'm pretty sure it has to be
not the remake, but like the reboot,
the newest one against the newest one. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. For as much as we all like 2B, I think I'm also gonna have to go with God of War. Like, just because I've played both of these and I didn't even bother finishing Nier Automata because it's
you have to finish it 4 times.
Yeah, it's just I just wasn't on board with that. It was like, I understand that you're being weird, but you're kind of just being weird for the sake of being weird now. And if this was Nier 1 versus God of War, even the new one, I would have picked Nier 1 because I thought Nier 1 was fucking great.
So that was the book that was the Regal book, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just that one was like so it was so weird and good, but like in all the right ways. But the second one just seemed to be a bit like, right, people are going to expect this to be a bit weird now, so we've got to make it really weird. And it was just a wee bit too off the wall, and it was a wee bit too roguelike. I fucking hate roguelikes, so never picking that. Like,
so apparently Nier Automata, I was just looking this up. Nier Automata Nier itself is actually a shoot off of a different series. I'm checking. I know it's. I'm just researching exactly what it is, but it's like, because apparently the Nier universe goes in. There's a different game that happens, and they have like a temporal shift, or like it separates into a different universe, and then Nier happens off one of those offshoots. So Nier's not even the first game in the series.
I wonder was it like Phantasy Star or something like that.
I'm gonna double check here.
Because whatever it was some old Japanese RPG, Tales of something, or never know.
It's definitely like Nier, because this is one. Once we started talking about it, I was like, it's like, oh shit, that's definitely like an offshoot of something else.
I love I thought the original Nier was fucking great though.
The Nier Replicant.
Yeah,
that's what that was called. It had the Regal talking book.
Well, Nier Replicant was like a remake of the first one or something. The first one was just called Nier.
Trying to find it here. It's definitely like an offshoot of something else though.
I mean, like
spin-off of Drakengard.
Drakengard. Oh yeah, the dragon
series.
thing. Yeah, that was
a spin-off of
Artificial Cutie just got there a little bit too late.
Artificial Cutie's got her back. Lovely.
Nier Automata, it was good, but
at
some point I was just like, right, this is becoming a wee bit too indecipherable about what I'm actually meant to be doing, and it's one of those games where like they made it so complicated. Well, not complicated, but so non-linear that you thought at any second you could have missed something that was like really important, and at some point you'd have to go back and redo it. And then once I heard about that whole like, yeah, you've actually got to complete the game several times, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like I done it the first one as well, and it didn't bother me. I think I beat it like twice because the first one had a language in it that only became...
Oh, that was the one you had to go through and you collect like the items to be able to decipher it all.
Yeah, the language eventually turned up if you picked up enough, like I think it was like pages of the book or something like that. But they kind of said they'd done a similar thing in the second one, except that they really didn't tell you what to do or what it was that was unlocking stuff, and that you just pretty much just had to keep trying everything you possibly could. And I was like, you know what, I've kind of had enough, and then just stopped playing it. So God of War was fairly straightforward. Like I think almost everyone on the planet can agree that they got something they enjoyed out of that game. Like
it's one of those ones where I like the fact that when they brought into like the sort of change of environments as well with God of War, they didn't totally abandon the lore of the previous as well.
That's true.
They interwoven it in such a beautifully like subtle way until one point where it's just like, oh no, you have to remember where you came from, motherfucker.
Yeah, this is good shit.
This is not at all fucking gross.
And it also definitely ends on what I would consider maybe one of the best video game twists.
Oh yeah.
As far as the story goes,
we don't want to. Even though that game's like 3 years old, I'm
still
not going to give away it.
I'm still not saying anything but it was fucking great.
It was so good, and I'm so hyped for the sequel. I can't fucking wait. I'm so happy there is a sequel.
What is it called? Is it Ragnarok?
I hope not.
No.
It's called Ragnarok just because there's too many games called Ragnarok.
But it's like it's God of War something, and I can't remember what the subtitle is. I think it is something. No, I don't know. It's God of War something.
Yeah.
I can't think off the top of my head.
Drakengard is a dark fantasy RPG while
it is
happens in the real world because the main character and antagonist from Drakengard accidentally traveled to our universe, and their climactic final battle destroyed the whole city here.
Cool.
That is cool. See, that's cool. Like I love when games get fucking out there like that. I love when games get out there like that.
Not a lot of people remember what Drakengard is. I think it was like a Saturn game or something weird. But it's all good, right? Last one. And I put this in, so this is the original. This is the two. The first.
Oh, this one's gonna be hard.
First Mass Effect versus first Dragon Age.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
And you can include all the DLCs you want. Because Dragon Age 1 had some fucking.
Who has to pick first? Me or you?
You, because I want.
Oh goddamn! Well, because you get to pick. I just wonder if you want the answer first. Because you answered one, the other one's first. Because those are stellar games at like Bioware at its finest too.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh, Mass Effect. Mass Effect. I know Dragon Age had an amazing plot and amazing characters and Morrigan, and you want to fuck Morrigan.
Yeah.
And all that
That's,
shit.
you can just stop there. That's it.
Yeah, I knew that's hard. I knew that's hard. I'd justify the Dragon Age stuff. But it's kind of like, who doesn't want to fuck a Celtic god? But anyway, especially an Irish Celtic god. But anyway, it's just, there's something about Mass Effect to me that just resonates so well. Like, I love Shepard. I love punching that reporter in the face.
I'm pretty sure that was like Mass Effect 2.
No, I think it happens in three of them, because like the third one, she gets you back. Because you do it twice, and then she gets you back in the third. So it's like the long-standing story to me in Mass Effect
It's
is me
punching reporters.
is punching that same reporter
Punching
for 3 games.
Punching fake news.
Yeah, punching out fake news. Wait, right. But like, it's just like Shepard was great. Like, I like the fact that male or female, the design of the character and the prevalence of the character were fantastic. It wasn't like, oh, you have to be the male to get the canonical story. It's like, no, you be whatever gender you want. You make this character whatever you want.
I don't know. They kind of definitely leaned that the male one was the correct one, like, but
no, the female one was actually given a lot more.
I know they
prominence in 2 and 3.
Yeah,
like,
I know they've done the one where like they give you the reversible cover and all for it, which was quite nice. But I mean, like, any official footage was the guy character.
I think that's just down to the person taking the footage, though. Realistically,
no, like
I saw a lot of official footage for the later games as the female.
I'm talking about the first one.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I like the fact
Wait,
that
could you even be a woman in the first one?
Yeah, you're sure you could?
I don't think you could.
Could you not?
No, I don't think you could.
Why in my head do you think you can then? You're sure you could? Because like they made it so you could port your character over to 2 and 3.
Yeah,
They
but
made
it
that-
was like, it just you grabbed like where you were from, and what it grabbed over all
They
the
did that
information.
auto-generate.
Yeah, like, could you be a woman in the first one?
You totally could.
I fucking don't remember that at all. Ah, whatever.
So
Well, I've played all 3 of them as a woman anyway, but I remember playing the first one as the guy Shepard. So that's why I thought maybe you couldn't do it.
I'm weirdly a sci-fi boy.
Yeah,
I
mean,
am a sci-fi. Don't get me wrong. I love my high fantasy as well, but there's a part of me. It's kind of like, I grew up with Star Wars. There's always going to be that little like accented, heavier appreciation of good sci-fi. And when I say Star Wars, I mean the good ones, not the fucking prequels. The prequels came out after I grew up.
well, during.
Well, I mean, like they came out after I had a very well-established love for the franchise.
Episode
you know?
1 came out when we were like 11.
But we were watching that shit from like
That's
7.
true. Everything you've just said, I agree with, but I'm still picking Dragon Age.
That's fair. I know you want to fuck Morrigan.
Because I want to fuck Morgan. I'm a big Lord of the Rings boy though as well.
You are you.
The fucking like the Darkspawn in the original Dragon Age were terrifying. They were fucking terrifying, and they were never scary again after that. But like for being just like cannon fodder, I was like every fight you had with him, I was like, oh, so spooky. I've very rarely felt the need to go back and play Mass Effect 1 just because the game isn't great. The game part of it's not great. Like the story is very good, but the game part's not great. It's a bit too like.
Yeah, they were still trying. There was kind of like when Assassin's Creed 1 was like, you have a great concept here, but the gameplay's not great.
Yeah.
To improve the
But like,
gameplay.
yeah. But even in Dragon Age 1, I was very like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is some good shit. And then like it had like two of the best DLC campaigns that I think any game has ever had.
Yeah.
It had the Awakenings which is pretty much the concept of Inquisition, where you get your fortress and you build the fortress up. It's like, motherfuckers, you've already done this in the first game. And then the Darkspawn one, where you play as the evil guys, which was pretty cool. It was like,
which
obviously,
it's a good sort of like,
the fucking DLC is just you killing all the fucking characters,
which is a nice like little like kind of flip of the other side of the coin. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Artificial Cutie is saying I'm leaning towards Mass Effect just because it's sci-fi and there's just so many fantasy RPGs out there and very few sci-fi.
I think there's just as many sci-fi RPGs as there is
there?
Western. Yeah, but they're all terrible though. Like just like the majority of sci-fi RPGs are terrible, the majority of fantasy RPGs are terrible.
Fantasy does have a not stranglehold, but like
It's
there's more prevalent.
it's definitely the default.
Like,
but as soon as like people were able to make kind of like their own games and stuff like that, I think like most people just defaulted to sci-fi RPGs just because it was very easy to make.
I think about it, and I think that she's right about the sci-fi stuff. Like before Mass Effect, what was the previous sci-fi RPG you think of that wasn't KOTOR?
There's a lot of not necessarily in the same kind of like gameplay type, but I mean like sci-fi RPGs have just been they've always been there, like
The only one I
PC
can
games and
think of
stuff.
is maybe like you could take Chrono, the Chrono series, and you could say
There was there was loads of
and
sci-fi
you could
RPGs
say,
out on like
you
the
could
PS1
say that you could
stuff.
say Chrono. There was another one I had in my head there, and this went out of my head there.
I mean, like Dino Crisis is technically a fucking sci-fi game.
Is that an RPG though?
No, it's not an RPG, like, but
You know, I'm thinking RPGs here. Like, you know, Chrono was
Well,
sci-fi-ish. You had KOTOR. You had Phantasy Star Online, or Phantasy Star just in general. But then, like, when you look at all of the
Star Ocean games.
Star Ocean, but then when you look at when you look at all of like the JRPGs that are rooted in high fantasy, there's fucking tons.
I think there's just as many JRPGs, especially JRPGs that are sci-fi. Like,
Really?
yeah, just like it's because I can't think any off the top of my head.
A
Doesn't
lot of
mean
the
that they're
Final
not there.
Fantasies
Like,
were rooted in high fantasy. Dragon Age was kind of high fantasy.
Final
Final,
Fantasy.
the Remnant game, like Lost Odyssey, Remnant was kind of high fantasy. There's
A lot
of high fantasy.
a lot of Final Fantasies were literally like half high fantasy,
half sci-fi. But I mean, like,
guess-
there's like,
But
there-
the first six actually
yeah,
were quite high
just because
fantasy.
they're not quite as prevalent. But that it was a fairly equal split for a while, and I guess it still is a fairly equal split. Like, but they're most of them are just shit, so you never hear about them. But
Mm.
like, I played dozens of like medieval RPGs on like the 360 and stuff that were just garbage.
Oh,
that,
yeah,
like,
definitely
that no
pure
one
garbage.
played because they were garbage. So like,
Yeah.
I think like the overall
Xenosaga, what was that one again?
Xenosaga was the one where all the characters are just like 13-year-old cat girls. So pretty much every RPG, every JRPG. you
Yeah, I
can
was gonna
think
say
of.
every JRPG, really. Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
yeah,
like the Persona series was good for like completely like
it's
sidestepping
it's
all
neat.
of that
It's
shit.
neater. Like,
It was like the Persona, like all the Persona series have been all very.
they're like slice of life RPGs.
Yeah, slice of life RPGs. I'm gonna be that guy and say that Pokemon just ripped off Persona. Because Persona's been going since like the 80s and some shit, and they've been doing the whole catch a monster, use the monster to
Nah,
battle thing.
they all ripped off Digimon.
What?
Digimon was the OG pocket monster game.
I would have said that like it was all about that.
Oh, I don't know.
I would say like Persona had maybe or no, what it is actually. They all just ripped off JoJo's.
They did
Because like that was a
all the
manga.
the stands. Yeah,
The stands were basically like the personas in Persona, and also the
Yeah.
kind of conceptual art or conceptual design of like that stuff
Yeah.
for Pokemon.
I suppose,
So
like-
I guess just everyone ripped off JoJo.
Yeah, I
to
suppose
some extent.
to work it out, who kind of ripped off who, find out who was responsible for creating Pokemon, and then find out what they were into at
Yeah.
the time that they created it, and what they used to create it was probably what they just ripped it off from.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Xenosaga has a bunch of cat girls.
Yeah,
if it is,
Xenosaga.
if it's the one I'm thinking of, but might not be. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
It is hard to say. Shall we move on to our third and final segment of
Yes.
the night?
For the final segment, we have
Boop boop boop.
skippable cutscene, and then we go to our free for all.
I'm gonna skip those
We're gonna
cutscenes.
skip those cutscenes as always, guys.
Yeah.
I have to, of course.
Do some shit.
I have to do some finagle in here to
I'm gonna
get
try to
it
get
all
these
working.
headphones to work again.
I've been consistent. It's been consistent so far. Okay, I need to. Oh, you know what? I forgot. It's in this. I always try to work out what Windows I need for this here. It's never an easy task for me to work out what the Windows is I need. Is this the one I need? No, it's not. I don't need that window. I need the one where I can get the whispers from. So, guys, this is your heads up. Now you got to start refreshing your streams. So, like, please make sure that you're getting all that stuff ready. Refresh your streams. Get your whispers ready if you need to. If you need to know how to whisper me, whisper this account. You can whisper this account for your answers. We are going to be moving into the old skippable cutscene, though. Y'all good, sir? So we're going to give you 20 seconds to refresh your players.
For fuck's sake, it went off again. Did you turn the music off?
Yes.
Okay.
I turned the music off because we were going to have cutscenes. So I think you're all good there, Sarah.
Everybody ready?
Everybody's
I'm
ready.
ready to be piled in the anus.
Did I just kick my ball of water where I did?
What do you ever do to you, scumbag?
Hydrated the fuck out of me. That's what it did. I can't participate this time because I was there for the review. Yeah, me and Cosmic Bacon did do a bit of approval process last night when he was here. So
I suppose like you could do it and then you could just win. That'd be funny.
yeah. So we are almost right. Do you want to do us the favor and do you want to hit the screen on screen button? That would be
Pachow.
Pachow indeed. Pachow indeed.
Pachow, bitch.
So if you think if everyone's ready, we'll get started on this.
We'll give them another 10 seconds.
10 seconds. That's
10.
fine. Bear in mind,
5.
bear in mind, there's also like a delay on stream for those guys. So
Oh shit! All right, well let's just stop counting then. 3, 9, go,
Go.
go.
We're gonna go then. Okay.
We're ready, and we're going, and we're moving. The cones, man.
The
cones, Oh my god, IGN.
IGN,
The best
indeed, is
game.
supporting us. It's so hard to get footage. That
She was so cool.
It's so hard to get footage. That game without some sort of fucking.
I like that's the
watermark.
only kind of really thing that exists anymore is like
You
Yeah.
cannot win, Revan.
oh my god. I love Star Trek.
We're gonna play it again because we have 3 answers in so far. We have 1 right answer. We have 1 wrong answer, sadly, and we have 2 right answers. So
We have 2. It is Stargate Atlantis, 100%.
You cannot
definitely
win,
Stargate.
You can't.
I just-
You can't win, Revan.
You can't win, Revon.
You can't win, you
So we-
dirty,
we
dirty
still-
bitch.
You dirty
Oh,
bitch.
watch yourself.
Don't worry. I'm coming this time. Whoops. Trying to get back.
Oh, Jeff. Oh,
So
Jeff.
we have 2 right answers so far.
Love you too, Mr. Gore. Mwah.
Who doesn't love a little bit of score? Okay,
Could
now
you
I have
imagine-
lost sound.
Oh shit. Could you imagine if lightsabers were real? Or fucked everyone
You
would be?
cannot
Oh, yeah.
win, Revan.
Even people with them would be fucked.
So it seems to be either me or you.
Yeah. It's fine. We need one more. Why did I do that?
Or because you went to like next.
Yeah.
With the thing. You got one more.
Got one
twist
more. Minus the. Did we give the point on that one?
Clearly knows what it is. Like
Yeah, just doesn't know the one. I'll give the point on that one.
it was KOTOR. It
KOTOR.
was Knights of the Old Republic.
We kind of did drop a lot. This pod of this
The
one.
the
You
first
cannot
one,
win,
the
Revan.
sexiest one, because I don't like the second one as much as the first one because they had to rush it out. The poor guys.
Yeah, Obsidian got dicked on that one. Not really fair.
Oh,
Wait, well,
cutting close.
I mean, it's good to go on. Next one, we're good to go.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't know why you're stopping me. Like,
Let's
all
get
the
ready.
answers are through.
Let's do it.
We're on number 2 now.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Number 2.
Shit.
Give me your other arm. Come on, Reed. No!
We gotta move.
We have another right answer.
It's gone. Come on, the boat's just beyond the wall.
Oh, no, I can't hear anything.
I can't.
Can
can't hear
anything?
me.
You hear? Oh no, it's
Can't
back.
leave
It's back now, yeah.
Your brother is dead. Either come with
With
me
one
or
right
join
answer.
him.
I can hear it now as well. Again, actually, yeah.
Good stuff.
Other arm.
No, this is actually the sequel, Womb Raider.
The sequel of Womb Raider.
No, they're inside a giant womb right now.
Yeah, they're wombing it up.
No!
I don't
God
know.
damn it, Sam.
Why is Titanium not answering?
I don't know. Maybe he thinks it's just too easy for him.
No, he's gone.
I mean,
Come
answer
on,
away,
the
son.
boat's just beyond the wall.
No.
It's obviously the start day's gone. Yeah.
Can't
Man, you
leave
can't
him
just be dropping the answer in the chat like that. For
Yeah, I
fuck's
mean,
sake.
you just forfeit your points on that one.
I'm behaving this week.
Need a number on this one, Maggie. Need a number. need a fucking number on it.
Your other arm.
You don't have to behave. You can get involved. Don't worry about it.
Give me your other arm. Come on, Reed.
You're still winning some points if you do answer. So you should maybe,
Yeah, we still got 2. We still have 2 slots for points left,
maybe
guys.
just do a wee fucking answer. And be like,
Come on, the
Mikey,
boat's
there's
just
only
beyond the wall.
4 answers to pick from, and you got it wrong.
Can't leave him behind.
Nate, your brother is dead.
I'm pretty sure I was playing this in the room while you were there.
Just here to send shit answers.
Well, that's all right. Then you be a big shit boy.
Titanium got it. So,
There
we
you
go,
go.
Mike, you got it at the end.
You got it eventually just by literally going through all the numbers from 1 to 4.
I mean, that's one way of doing it, right?
It was Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4.
They have sharded themselves 4 times.
Like, I know
4
it's not
times.
about what's the fucking zombie first person parkour game again. I'm blanking on it. Him is annoying me.
Days Gone? No, not
no,
Days
that
Gone.
was
Dying Light.
Dying Light. Yes, that was Dying Light.
Dying Shite, more like.
Let's go for this one. This one I think might be an interesting one for people to guess. I'm hoping they get it though. This should be. We got an answer in our. Oh, we don't. We just got cunts.
It's just he calling us cunts. That's fine.
That's not an answer. That's just an insult. Oh, I know this. Do you though? Maybe you should tell us, Mr. Gore.
Maybe you should tell us what it is
Maybe you should tell us what it is, Mr.
by
Gore.
whispering at us.
We got 3 answers in so far. We have Mikey wrong game, sadly.
Don't put a number in it.
So we got 2 right answers so far. We got 3 right answers.
Mr. Gore beat you to it, Mikey.
Mr. Gore came in there, sadly. Oh god, look what Mikey just did.
Destroy.
I had to give that one. That's funny. That was funny. Oh,
Fuck the environment. That's right.
oh, that was so good. I'm so happy that even though it's a wrong answer, I'm really happy with that wrong answer.
It was destroy all humans.
Destroy all humans.
Destroy all humans 1.
Call of Duty Infinite War.
And not 2.
I like her. He's just coming in with all the wrong answers in public, but the right answers in whispers. I love Persona. I fucking love Persona.
It's a horrible song. If that's like the music that came, that's fucking woeful.
We have answers here. Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Not so wicked in with the right answer there, but sadly, Ocean, you got the wrong answer initially. Oh, Cotinian coming in with the right answer as well.
Mr. Gore just accidentally putting the actual answer in the chat.
Not Persona, not Underage Adventure Free.
I mean, technically it is underrated.
It was very underage adventure, but there wasn't.
I think the 2 right answers answered that before you put it in, though.
Yeah. So
you're
that's fine.
It is Danganronpa.
I like how he's winked on that one. I think it's this.
It is Danganronpa. Yeah, maybe we'll just get everyone a point on that one.
It was Danganronpa.
Danganronpa.
But yeah. So it's all good. I thought that would be an interesting one because like it's a bit left of field.
People probably thought it was Persona.
It didn't help that we kept saying Persona.
Yeah.
Berman, when we say shit, it's to fuck yous up.
Sometimes it's not though.
Sometimes it's
and that's
not.
also fucking you up.
Yeah, it's all we were trying to scud you or help you.
We're gonna scud yous. We're big scuds.
Big scuds. Oh fuck! What's this? Oh, I know.
I'm not sure if anyone will get this or not.
I think they'll get the wrong entry,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they'll. Mr. Gore got it wrong. Totanium, I'm going to need a specific entry from you. It is not Dino Crisis, Mikey.
How does that look like Dino Crisis 3?
We've got 2 right answers. Mr. Gore seconded with the right answer.
Yep. Totanium
coming in. Right, we got our 3 right answers. That was...
God, we should play Dino Crisis on stream.
Dino Crisis was good, man.
So
I'm just... right now, you know this keyboard, so I need to get a wireless keyboard.
You do.
I just need to get
Can you get a wireless keyboard that has like a bunch of lights on it?
Probably.
Probably.
Probably expensive, though.
Maybe look that up. Put that into it.
The third one was in space.
Dino Crisis 3 was in space. He's not wrong.
But it's not Dino Crisis.
But it's not Dino Crisis.
It was Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime. The Prime Metroid.
It was the primest of Metroids.
The thirstiest.
Mr. Bacon had to read it and ask me what entry
I thought it was 2.
It was 1.
I could have sworn it
I
was 2.
went for the original.
A lot of originals this week.
Yeah, we were going in for some originals.
We haven't done the 10 pointer yet, have we?
No. You want to know why? Because the 10 pointer's going to come soon.
Oh my god.
But it's a near
This one should be easy.
source of power.
We're being easy with the guys on this
People
one.
enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science
Yep,
fiction.
we're being easy because the person
Robots.
we got a right answer in there already.
Fusion-powered cars.
Yep, not so wicked. You got it right.
Computers.
Mikey as well.
And Mikey, we got 3 right answers in there. That was indeed Fallout 4, guys. So
That was a wee easy peasy lemon squeezy one.
sadly, Totanium came in just a little bit later there, so
Totanium's always coming late. Am I right? Hey,
Well, he's like, you know, his philosophy is come last, you know?
Yep. Come last, be first.
Yep. What?
Like if you're the best at bed. You're the
Oh,
best. You're
okay.
the best at being in bed if you come last.
Get first place by coming last.
Exactly. That's what I
Ah.
do every time. Never come first. Always refuse to leave.
Oh, Fallout 4 is trash. Fallout, sorry, is trash. You didn't say 4. Apologies. I always skip that scene, but you got the answer right. You got yourself 3 delicious points for it.
3 tasty ass points. So moist.
It's such a moist boy, isn't it?
Don't know who'll get this, but I think someone will.
Someone should get this. Someone has answered.
One right answer.
Mr. Gore, wrong game, sadly. Right thought process.
You're on
though.
the right lines.
You're in the right line with that one. Just the wrong game, sir. Not so wicked got it as well.
There was another answer there?
1 second, I just need to fill out these answers.
I need to what about email?
Yes. Oh no, wait. Oh, Mr. Gore,
You're closer.
you're so close.
You're
but there's
closer.
No cigar on
You're
that one.
closer.
You're closer. Just no cigar on that one.
I think through the process of an elimination, he might get it.
Yeah. He just sent us a fantastic one. Mikey, wrong one. Mr. Gore, wrong again.
Oh, come on. It's the only one he didn't put a title in, and it's the right series.
Oh, it is Hello Kitty Roller Rescue. How did you guess?
It's actually Sonic Racers.
Oh my god. Should
Right.
I
That was-
just
that
wait
was-
for
that
him
was
to
3
correct-
times.
that
I
was-
think. Oh, come on, man.
God damn it, Mr. Gore. Oh my god. Drop the number.
The number.
The number. Oh. To the
Oh, it's
Telltale Back to the Future episode 3.
It's not Dark Messiah.
It's not Dark Messiah. Oh my god.
You got the first word right.
Finally, there we go.
Me. It was Dark Souls 1.
Dark Souls 1. So just to kind of give like perspective here, Mr. Gore, I love him, but know what
hell.
happened? Right, so Mr. Gore said Blood Souls, right? Close, no suit, not the right idea, wrong one. Then he went Demon Souls, and
Yeah.
we're like, closer, but not quite.
And then he went to Dark Souls 3.
and then Dark Souls 2. and then
Dark Souls 1. Just give him an extra point. Give him an extra point.
We're going to give him 2 points for that. He really tried his best. I'm going to give him 2 points for that.
That was. I feel like I've just been at the play park because that was a roundabout.
That
This
was-
is a,
that was so good.
this is a merry-go-round. Like fucking hell. Right? Is this the 10-pointer?
Oh, I'm sorry. I love Mr. Gore to death. He's so good. I love him. I know, but I don't know. It's fair. It's fair. He doesn't know them. He's never.
But
played
if he had just went Demon Souls or Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, he would have been fine. But he stuck a 3 in for no reason.
It's like he skipped. He's like right. He's like first game.
Third
Third
game. Yeah.
Second game.
First game.
Oh, so good.
Fucking hell.
Not the dead pointer. No. Not the dead pointer for good reasons.
People should get this pretty fucking quickly.
You
Like,
don't get this game right away.
I do not remember this being the soundtrack for this.
Never
scene.
did I.
Mikey,
We have 3 right answers. Mr. Gore coming in with the right answer.
Yeah.
He's just like, here, you know what?
Mikey was
Mr.
playing this,
Gore.
I think, earlier on in the year.
Mr. Totanium coming in with the right answer as well, so we got to give him.
Yeah.
Why did I put that at 10? It was only 5.
Because it's the title of the game. It was
yeah,
final.
it
It
is.
was Final Fantasy the 10th.
And then
Lulu is the best thing about that game.
Sorry, wait. It was Totanium gets that, and then
Mikey was in there second, I think.
No, so it was Mr. Gore first, then it was Ocean, then it was Totanium, and then Mikey came in because like it's recent. So the move should
No,
at the top.
hit Mikey again. So he put in FFX, but he put that in like he was in second. He was in second.
That's gonna fuck me up. Then I don't know where he lands on that.
Who?
Mikey, because
Mikey was second. He told I saw it when the original came in. He was second.
Okay, it's just like if you like put the answer up, it just pushes you that thing. Yeah. So it's not the greatest unflawed system. So then it was Mikey who is the 3 points, and then Titanium takes, or was it Ocean takes the one then? Because Ocean got in ahead of Titanium, sadly, as you can see.
Oh, okay, right.
Final Fantasy. It was Final Fantasy 10, guys. By the way,
the 10th.
It was the 10th one.
The 10th one. The 10th fantasy.
It was the 10th fantasy.
I've had 10 fantasies. Please.
It was the 10th shitty nasty that we went for.
Speaking of the 10th nasty, I think this is the 10 pointer.
They're sure it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. I hope it is.
I assume this is the one that no one will get.
Yeah, this is the 10 pointer. Let's see who gets it. We have got.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck me. No one will get it. Ocean, and they're the right answer immediately. Double points though, so there's still double points for people to capture it.
Sure.
That one's a difficult one. We'll give you as a clue. It was a Dreamcast legendary game.
That we have mentioned. I don't know how many times we've mentioned on this fucking
amount
stream.
of times. If you've been watching our podcast, you know it's definitely one of my favorite games from the platform. So badly.
Well, I'm gonna have to look into Dreamcast emulation. See if it works.
I just want to play this game so badly. Go for the third one. Defect. Super Smash Bros. Guys.
I mean, obviously.
I don't think anyone's going to get it, but
you could probably just like Google
I think it'd be
best Dreamcast games, and then you would get like just stone cold answers.
I think it'd be pretty powerful if they did get it.
Colorful Punchy Man. Well,
Colorful Punchy Man's pretty good.
What about the Colorful Punchy Women?
Yeah, true.
I think if you just Google best Dreamcast games, you will see one of those characters pretty quickly.
I know a character from it.
Oh.
Should we give him a fourth run on this one because it's a double pointer?
You have an answer.
Marvel vs. Capcom is not the right answer, sadly.
No.
But I think that's Mr. Gore trying to be funny and kind of deflect people.
Nope.
Sadly, not Skies of Arcadia.
Good guess.
Good guess, though. Really fucking fun. Especially when it comes to the cast of dreams.
Casting my dreams.
Casting my dreams. It's a really powerful cast, though. Oh, not so wicked.
Look at that! All our amazing hints paid off.
That was Power Stone, guys. That was the.
It was Power Stone. Power Stone. Stone.
But yeah,
I mean, I don't know how many times we can say the words power and stone in the sentence without people not picking up on it. It's like, that'd be stone cold. Yeah, it'd be really powerful. Like, fuck.
Maybe you should go look up Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really powerful if you got that game. Marvel vs. Capcom was a fucking classic. Great fucking game. Tara's not wrong about that.
Tight.
It's our last. I think it's our last game.
Yes.
Arm. Missile command.
Is there no sound on this one?
No, there is. Maybe your headphones are stopped.
For Christ's sake.
Jerry, what? We have to open the silos, or they'll explode under.
Thunderbirds.
Not Thunderbirds, no.
This is suicide.
It's one. Jesus, maybe this may have been the 10th. This should have been the 10th.
PC games can be like that.
Yeah.
Is he done?
Need a specific game here, Ocean. Not the right one. Wrong game, Titanium.
Look at him. Look at his wee face.
The last second should give it away. The last second should give it away. Comrade.
It should give it away. Give it away. Give it away. No.
Oh, so. Oh, Ocean. Wrong one again. Titanium came in with the right answer, though.
I give that to me. Come on.
Mikey's got
Come on.
Mikey's got the 3 points.
Yeah.
Mikey's got the 3 points. Ocean. So close, but just not the right skew.
You're missing like a subheading.
You're missing a subheading there. No, Ocean! Different skew of that series.
How many have got it so far?
I have no idea. I've never played them. We got two Scots so far. It's Titanium and Mikey.
Right.
It has only begun.
Oh, I'm gonna play it one more time because I love this cutscene. If I'm lost, I don't do strategy games. That's fair. That's fair. You're so in the right area though. This is the thing. It hurts because like you're such in the right area, and you're so close.
10 seconds to launch. Open the missile silos.
Oh, it's only coming out of one speaker.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
only
maybe
coming
it's
to
just
the
that.
left.
Maybe it's just the
You
modern
gotta
nature
open
of it.
silos, Jerry.
The silo door.
Oh,
This is suicide.
not no. It's not. It's not Tiberium Wars.
It's not the third one.
It's nothing Tiberium related. You're not in a Tiberium world.
Is it done?
Mr. Gore, you're so close. You're so close.
No, Comrade Premier.
You're so close, Mr.
It has
Gore.
only begun.
It has only begun.
Begun.
It has only begun.
No combat, General. It's only begun. Last time. So close, though, Mr. Gore. So close. You're the closest you've got to it so far.
Dun, 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 dun.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show is not that, although that would have been the third entry of the game, because the
Yeah.
third entry of that SKU does have
Isn't Tim Curry in that
Tim
one? Yeah.
Curry as the Russian premier. So, as a joke, you're actually very on point. Mr. Gore got it.
Is it done?
It was Red Alert 2.
It was
Yuri's
Red Alert
Revenge.
2.
Premier. It has only begun.
Look at him. Look at
Look
Yuri.
at him. Oh, it's such a good
His lack of eyebrows.
lack of eyebrows. It's so good. That was Red Alert 2. That was such a good game. If you were into like the strategy series, like Red Alert,
It was the best one. Like,
so good, so good.
yeah.
So for context, what's happening in that cutscene is Yuri's got mind control abilities. Like he is like a fucking psychic enhanced individual, and he basically forced them to blow themselves up because he's using his crazy fucking psycho powers to stop them from opening the blast shields. But yeah, oh, no fucking idea. Me and you are peas in the pod corn. And you, but I never played it myself. It was such a good game. Such a good game. I fucking love the Command & Conquer series. There were so many people who guessed the right series, just
Yeah.
the wrong SKU.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where like, you're so close, guys. You beautiful people, you're so fucking close. But it's just not it.
You beautiful
You
bastards.
beautiful bastards.
Right. What were the rankings on that one then?
The rankings on that, we had Ocean's first, Not So Wicked as second, and I believe Mikey's third.
Well done, Mikey. Well done, everyone. Well done.
everyone.
The winner gets a free rim job. Free rim job.
Free rim job. Oh yeah. Oh, we're in a free for all bit though, guys.
Yeah.
We have no additional content as part of the as part of the bonus stage. We're in a free for all content mode now, so it's just a chance for you to talk to us for maybe a half an hour, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I need a shit. So
You want to jump out for a?
I'm not going to tell the
post?
shit on screen. I'll not hang about for too long because I need shit.
That's cool. So.
And we also started a bit later, so it's already like.
Oh yeah.
It's already pretty late. Like.
What was free for all for 10 minutes then?
Sure.
We can do that.
Everyone could just go
Yeah.
free on our testicles.
Just go free on our testicles. I hope you just had a good weekend, by the way, guys. This is just we got our game of the year content coming up in the next few weeks, so we're
Yeah.
working on that.
I think when that happens, we'll probably just do like maybe a slightly off
5 or 6 maybe entries at most.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe
Nothing
like
too crazy.
yeah actually I was thinking we will go crazy and do the exact opposite and just do an only game of the year podcast and
Oh shit! Okay, I'm up for
we'll-
that then.
yeah.
I'm up for that. The game of the year podcast. We can do that. Fuck yeah, let's do that then.
it'll be really short seeing as only 2 games were released this year and then we can just all go home.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. But yeah, so that's cool. I'm up for that. We'll have that on our Boxing Day episode, right?
Yep.
Boxing Day episode because we are doing a plan so far is to do a Boxing Day episode. If it doesn't happen, just poll in chat, guys. Possible topics.
Oh my.
Let's see. The weather, diet water. Does that say? What's that say?
Don Simon.
Who's Don Simon?
I don't know.
Even more diet water.
Oh, the Game Awards. Oh, do you know the Game Awards has Brie Larson as a
Ooh.
like why her?
I don't know. It's like, ooh, that's a really weird decision. No, actually, no. I thought it was the other Brie. I was excited for a second.
Brie, who did you think it was?
Girl that was in Community.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know what her name is, but yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brie Larson, someone who has absolutely no affiliation with games whatsoever, and Gal Gadot, someone who also has no affiliation with games whatsoever.
I guess it's like famous comic book movie stars.
Who fucking cares?
Can't wait for the
Undeserved Game of the Year awards for Last of Us 2. Alison Brie, there you go. That's
I can
her.
tell you right now, like Last of Us 2 is not going to get my Game of the Year. Like,
Yeah, hasn't
I wouldn't get mine.
hasn't
It was
Last-
definitely a great game I enjoyed, but it wouldn't be something I'm going to put as the Game of the Year. Like,
Hasn't Last of Us 2 already won that? Haven't they already said that it's won?
yeah, probably. But then for our awards, it's definitely not. Gonna
Oh
be Game
God,
of the
no.
Year.
Well, it's not going to be in
Alison
my
Brie, Alison Brie.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
it's
where
not
I heard
good.
Brie. I was like,
Last of Us 2 is not going to be in any list that I make because I haven't played it yet. So unless it's in a top 5 games that I didn't play this year.
It won't be my Game of the Year. If there's like if there is a topic for it that it makes sense for me, maybe it'll get my my edition, but it won't be my Game of the Year.
Will we do like we'll do you know kind of like best games released this year and then just like kind of best games that you played this year? Or
Yeah, so
something
there's
like
like we talked about this before, and I feel like there's going to be definitely a thing where like we'll probably end up doing the Jump Bomb thing, where it's like best game of 2019 played in 2020 or some shit, or
Yeah.
best game played in 2020 that wasn't released in 2020.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's definitely a thing, and I already know what that's going to be for me. It's going to be very judgmental.
Oh my God.
Just dropping clues left, right, and center here.
Yeah. I can't think of anything to talk about that
God,
water.
every time.
So
what
I'm
do you
just going to continue to talk about the Game
I
Awards.
don't know how they keep doing this, but I feel like our viewers love just making ties out of fucking polls for me.
Every so often I'll jump in and just tie a poll up just because it's funny.
It annoys me so much because
Yeah.
it's like there's been times where they've managed to do 5 ways, and I'm like, this is not the sexy 5 way I want part of.
That's not the 5-way I want to be involved in.
Yeah. So like it's one of those ones. But yeah, we got those Game Awards coming up. We're going to
Does anyone... The reason I really don't care about the Game Awards is because
Oh,
who are they to give out awards? Who's in charge of the Game Awards? Is it like IGN or something? Like,
no, to be fair, I will give them some credit. When when it comes to Game Awards, they usually take one editorial staff from multiple publications to put forward.
But
So
but
they'll take
who-
one from Jump Bomb, one from IGN, one from GameSpot, one from
But that's still-
Destructoid, one from, and at least they pull
that's
a
still
bunch of.
that still doesn't matter because all of those people don't matter.
No, but at least it's not like them. Just like at least they're talking about people who actually like review games and stuff.
Eh.
You know, at least to some extent I'm okay with that to some extent.
Eh.
It's better than that than because like when you go to public opinion, like, it's not a perfect system, but
It's
like
like
with the amount
it's-
of review bombing happening these days,
fucking-
it's not really easy to do that with public opinion.
Is fucking Anita Sarkeesian on the board of the Game
Oh, don't
Awards?
fucking start me on that bitch! Oh my god, you're trying to get me annoyed by bringing up that horrible human being. Don't start me on her. She's a fucking awful.
Oh,
human
mommy,
being.
don't even fucking start
Oh,
me
mommy.
on her. Like, what the fuck?
I don't need to. It's like
I'm looking forward to like what the reveal will be, like, because they always do reveal weird shit at the Game Awards, which
Yeah.
is nice at least, like. But then they also reveal horribly stupid shit. Like, wasn't the Fallout game revealed at the Game Awards? The
yes.
the mobile one, and they're like, you can play it now, like right now.
It's like no.
No.
All for that Uncharted movie trailer. I'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
interested in seeing that.
Yeah.
I'll be interested in that.
After all this time,
I want to see Hades win the Game of the Year from them.
it won't. It's too.
It won't,
it's
but I
too
want
small.
to see it.
It's like if you like, they won't do that because at some point there is money involved, and like
Yeah.
we've paid you a substantial amount of money, or like we've advertised this game through your websites. We demand like recompense for that, and they will not give it to just an indie game. Like they'll be like, if they like the amount of money that like Naughty Dog or like companies like that spend on like getting positive coverage from game review websites, which is why they're all a sham. If they turn around and be like, now we're going to give the Game of the Year to a game that literally had almost no advertising budget, they'll be like, right, well, say goodbye to your
Say goodbye to your funding.
say goodbye to like us paying for ad space on your websites. So
I think
that
that's
will
how it
literally
comes-
never happen.
Yeah, I think that's why people are more inclined to take the opinions of like you know independent YouTubers and Twitch streamers and stuff, because like it's not free from that bullshit.
But
That's
it's
starting
less,
to become
I guess. Yeah.
a thing where there is paid reviews happening on these content creator platforms now, but
Yeah.
like it's not as
prevalent
prevalent
yeah.
yet. But
But yeah.
that's that. Give it a year or two, and it'll probably be. a big
Hades
thing.
will probably it'll probably win like maybe best indie title or like best art direction or something like that. But like the whole like actual game of the year, like
Yeah.
if you look down at that, it's a AAA game every time. Like
Yeah.
it never won't be, just because of like all the shit that goes with being a AAA game and having paid the money.
So Mr. Gore said something interesting, is that like Cyberpunk comes on the same day as the awards. Have they acknowledged that's the case? I mean, how is that being covered? Do we know?
What do you mean?
So apparently Cyberpunk literally comes out the day of the Game Awards, so it's going to be hard to give that Game Awards when there's not been enough.
I don't
people
think
play it.
Cyberpunk is up for any awards.
Okay, that's cool. Then.
It can't be because it's not out
No,
yet.
I think that's sensible, because if they had to put the awards in, I would be saying like, who played this to verify this?
Probably just like the fact that they are releasing on the same day is probably just a coincidence, because this is like Cyberpunk should have been out already.
Yeah,
So
no, I
like they
get
probably were hankering for like some of those like awards, but all this shit has already been picked. Like
Yeah. Yeah, so the cutoff point is like end of October. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. So we'll probably see it in next year's one then. I don't really. I mean, I agree with Ocean. The awards are mostly BS most of the time. That's why you should check out our awards. Because we won't be,
because we know what we're talking about.
or at least our opinions won't be, filtered through the.
Yeah,
mind
we're
of
not
Jeff
we're not
Keighley.
getting money off anyone.
Our opinions are not filtered through the mind of Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, who could give a fuck about what Jeff Keighley thinks? A fucking piece of toast that he is. Like,
He's blind man generator for the games,
yeah,
for like games coverage.
yeah, oh
You
yeah,
need a generic white guy? Get yourself a Jeff Keighley.
yeah.
Hey Amber, how's you?
Hi Amber. We should do our own game. We should like get like a little studio, like a little game of the year, or a little like award studio set up with like curtains and stuff. We should do that. That'd be fun.
That's your ideas are great.
We get
You've
we have
just
to get
gave us no
cameraman,
time
and we have to
or budget to do this. We could do this
Yeah.
next year.
we could do it in 2 weeks. We'll do it in 2 weeks.
We'll have to do some messed up categories.
Yeah.
We could do that. Don't challenge us to be us, because we'll be us, and it'll get bad at one point.
Game that I've masturbated to most.
Yeah. Game I've fapped to the most in
Yeah.
2020.
Really physical award just might be a dildo.
Yeah.
And the winner
the winner of the award.
I actually already have a tuxedo t-shirt, because I'm that kind of classy motherfucker, but I would rather just come down in an actual tuxedo. I don't have one.
I'm
but
not getting dressed up for this shit.
I will come down in a suit.
You can do that. I'm gonna be dressed up as I normally dress, because
Okay. Put some effort in, man, for God's sake.
I put the effort in. It's called sitting here.
Some effort, like.
God damn. I remember when Rivers and Bram were on the Game Awards for 2018 introducing a band doing the music for Devil Trigger or something, and it was really funny. Devil Trigger? What game was that?
Does it
Or
mean
maybe
like
that
Devil
was
Trigger
DMC,
from like
maybe?
DMC? Yeah.
Maybe DMC, yeah, maybe that's Devil May Cry. It's like Devil Trigger's an actual ability in Devil May Cry, so
Yeah.
maybe that's what that was. Yeah, you can say that, but like, here's
I-
the thing, I don't have
yeah.
to listen to you.
I am all for getting dressed up.
Don't make
and
me uncomfortable.
You should also
Like,
do
you
it.
can get dressed up, just don't force me to do
I
something.
mean,
don't
I
wanna
have
do.
turned up on this podcast twice in a suit.
You look
so-
dapper. Like, I have no problem with you getting dressed up. It's just one of those things where someone's trying to force me to do something. It's like, no, don't force me to be uncomfortable. Fuck
Not
you.
forced. What about like, why don't you join in the fun and wear a suit?
But if I don't find that fun, that's then being forced or coerced into something, and I'm not
Ooh,
for that.
Tara coming in with a smart suggestion. What if we get you a top hat?
I'll take a random top hat.
Tara, start looking for top hats.
Look for top hats. Just send me the Amazon link.
I
or
don't
the
know where
email
you
link.
get top hats.
You know what? No, I'm just going to Amazon that, see what the crack is, and then I'll wear a top hat. How am I going to put the headphones on there? Oh, we'll work this out. Where's my Amazon? See, now you see, when you come up with ideas like that, that's a we need a polar bear onesie and a top hat.
That's an odd combination
I think
for. I guess you could kind of roll that into being like a Christmassy thing, because like the Coke adverts and the polar bear, and then top hat is just because
Top
you're a
hats are
fancy boy.
expensive, dude. Jesus.
Are they?
Like, some of these are 25 quid.
Where's a tenner? It's a
I
tenner.
said some of these
Oh, I
are
thought you meant
expensive.
like. There you go, 7. No, actually, that looks a wee bit shit.
Yeah, you don't want to get a shit one, like.
5.34.
What?
Probably very bad though.
probably terrible. I mean, look here, what's it made out of?
I feel like the boys are
Oh,
doing some
that looks
ugly
like
matching
plastic
shirts.
with like a felt overlay.
Yeah, not great. Like there was
Not
was
great.
one up there for like 7 or a 10 or something like quite good.
That one has a pimp kit. Oh, it's for kids though.
Oh,
Why are
would
they
a-
selling pimp kits?
Yeah, why
to
would
kids?
why would a kid need a pimp kid?
I don't know.
Or for like very small pimps?
Very small pimps.
A very
indeed.
small pimp.
This one has a. You know what? I would actually wear this. I'm legit considering this.
Maybe just put that on your wish list.
Just put it in my wish list. The lads had to get me a sweet top hat.
That's what. Yeah, you could just make your own, but it would probably be, you know.
I want decent.
Yeah, I don't think
want
we.
decent
I don't think we
quality.
would be able to make as good a top hat as one we could just buy for very little effort and apparently not that much money either. So we could do that.
I'm gonna check the reviews a wee second.
You go check the reviews of this top hat.
Yeah. I just want to see what people say about it.
Bought this top hat for a wedding. It was great.
Very impressed. Excellent quality and sturdy for a fancy dress item. Arrived sooner than expected. Okay. 4 stars. Very nice top hat. Nice top hat. Although it said children could wear it, and it gave the measurements, which were quite large and did not fit me. Are you a child?
Wait, is it a child writing that review, or is it a
Did not
person?
even fit me. However, and checking the other top hats, I found that they were
Was it
the
too?
same size.
Was it
Maybe
too big or
Maybe
too
it's
small?
Maybe it's too big for these people.
So it was too big for the adult that wrote that review.
Yep, I
Right.
think so.
Can't imagine
This is an
having,
excellent product, especially when you consider the other companies. And why is it 2 stars then?
It's probably something to do with the delivery.
Oh, okay.
It's always the delivery.
Uh,
Great product, delivery shit. It's like,
Very
eh,
good
eh,
quality compared to it. Undoubtedly fallen into the same trap as many others, gotten greedy and almost doubled the price. Wait, what? Okay, that's such a contradiction for me. Such a
Really amazing.
It's a really
Love-
basic quality.
Really great.
product,
Love
2
the
stars.
product. It was amazing. 2 stars.
How does that work? I'm gonna have to research this just to make sure.
You have to
Uh,
buy the smallest one you can find and use the rubber band to hold it on. That I could work because it would be like a tiny little tiny top hat. And then you'd look like you'd look like a little. It'd be like a top hat that you could sit on top of an actual top hat. It would be so small.
Yeah, I'll wear a top hat. Found a sick leather one for free. I do not have that much.
That's maybe a bit money for a
It's
novelty
big
hat.
money. It's
Yeah.
big money. I
That's
don't have to
big.
wear that.
That's
for the rest
big.
of my
That's
life.
shadow raids. That's raid Shadow Legends money.
It
Yeah, we
really
don't.
was actually the rich Shadow Legends money is about $200 to $400.
We don't have that yet.
You have to buy the smallest one you can find and use a rubber band to hold. Oh, you're right. That's right.
Yeah, the hair bands that have the tiny hats on it. That would be quite fun. We could do that.
PvP should read out the most ridiculous reviews on Amazon. I mean, that would be great, but like it's gaming podcast. And that's
Yeah.
where it verges a little bit outside of the realms of the theme of the show. Sadly, I mean, if it was game reviews that had ridiculous ones, I would find, that branches into
Yeah.
the
Do
content
people
a little
review
bit more.
games on Amazon?
Don't know. We
Don't
can
know if
check,
they do.
but like, I mean, how good are those games reviews going to be? Really, my son loved this series. He thought it was great. He had
1
a wheel of a
star.
time. GTA 5.
Once. my infant son really loved this game, and then it's that Saren Kruger Peach Beach Splash. He took it into his room, and he didn't come out all day.
Didn't
Must
come
have
out
loved
all-
it.
Want me to get the game done?
5
before we're
stars.
talking about it?
I go ahead. It's a big porno anime game. I might take it off you and play it myself. Just to,
It's definitely wank mastery.
yeah.
I don't think people can see that too well. Try and angle it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
They-
2 semi-naked anime guards with water pistols.
We played it on stream once, and it was
Shoot!
it
Get
was,
wet.
It was so awkward to play because
While there was other people in the room because you wanted to have a crack.
no, it wasn't even that there. It was just at one point it was just like we were watching it, and they done that thing where like you freeze frame, like they went in zoom frame.
Oh yeah,
and you
yeah.
shot off the
You shot off
bikini
their clothes. Yeah.
of the bikini of the girl, and it's like
But
am I allowed
it
to
was-
stream
yeah,
this?
it was
is
like
this,
you
is this TOS
It's
friendly?
like you shot their underwear off, and it was replaced by like the surface of the sun. Remember, it was like
yeah,
"Ah!"
Whoa. It's like I was kind of like one. I've seen a vagina. The sun does not come out of a vagina.
Oh, let's be honest, they kind of do. Like, they're beautiful things.
I mean, metaphorically speaking, but
Yeah.
like if I go to interact with vagina and I get sunburnt, I'm
Oh,
gonna be a
yeah,
bit-
something's wrong there. Like,
yeah, exactly right.
shot on light bulb.
But yeah, like the thing is, like this was a joke part of a birthday gift. I think it was like 3 years ago. And if I remember correctly, you had to get Tara to go into
Yeah.
purchases because
Oh, I would've-
even you would just did not have like
I would have been put on some kind of register if I had went up and bought that game in broad daylight in the middle. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday in like the
Best-
high street game. I
and
was
it was
like,
pre-owned
Tara,
as
get up
well.
there.
So,
it was
like-
yes, it was also pre-owned.
so someone had to trade this in.
yeah.
So someone had to have like Ew.
Yeah.
I just realized.
You're not the first person that's touched that. Like,
I just realized I'm gonna have to get the blue light on this one.
they had to give it a wee wipe before they took it off him.
Yeah, now I have a feet I'm going to wash my hands for different reasons after this stream. But yeah, they clearly got the venom out of as much as they could with that. Probably probably downloaded the footage as much as they wanted to. Got their kicks from it, and then it's like, well, I'm going to get $5 for this game, I guess. You know,
It's only 16, so it's not even like.
well, it's not showing full nudity, but like it's still
True.
very
The
sexually
disc has
suggestive.
like 6 pairs of tits on it. It's big old titty discs.
Oh yeah, so it does.
Yep.
Like none of these girls, like all these girls have tits that are bigger than my head. Like there's none of the smaller titty girls being represented on this, but that's anime, so that's. I guess there's different strokes for different folks, but they clearly went for a very specific.
People are
stroke
stroking
on
all
that
right. Like, oh.
one.
What's the point of a blue ball simulator? I
don't know.
Sometimes that's enough for people.
Some people just need the idea. Like some people just need the initial motion in the ocean to
Yeah.
get them going,
And then
and
they're-
then they'll finish it off themselves with their own imagination. I guess.
And then they're just creaming their crops, you know?
Creaming their crops, creamed corn,
Yeah.
creaming their corns. So, why have I just gotta? Fuck me. Stuart's just sent me some
Ooh.
interesting
Maybe-
top hats here. It's very Christmassy. That one's not.
It's not the right.
The wee Christmassy one.
Yeah.
Kind of cool looking.
A Christmas top hat.
Stuart's got our back, doesn't it? Just dropping us those hotness there. But yeah, Yo John, describe these titties. I'm almost there.
almost
Okay. So
Seeing a
so
couple
you-
of different cup sizes.
So
good
yeah,
stuff.
so you got this. You got a black haired lass with like I would say probably a good H cup there.
Yeah,
There's a
they're
good H cup
like
there.
they're all G and above.
Like,
Definitely.
she's
Like,
got like a H cup going on,
Yep.
little white bikini, just enough to cover like the surface
I mean,
area of like the
they're
front,
all-
but like got enough of that overspill on either side, so you've got that there going on.
they're all just in white bikinis.
White bikinis, like variations on the overspill on either side when it came to their cup sizes. You know, it's very. She's standing beside a grey-haired lass with like, the black-haired lass is like brown eyes. So if that's your jam, I guess that's for you. Got a grey-haired lass if you like some grey hair with like
That's the mum.
baby blue eyes.
She's
baby blue eyes.
she's the mum. She's
rocking probably closer to maybe a double D on that one. She's
She's
probably
3
the lesser of the endowed girls.
Yeah, she's 3 years older than everyone.
Yeah.
So therefore she's the mum.
Then you have a white-haired, yellow-eyed girl who I can't see any of the actual attributes for. So that's cool. And then you've got another.
Okay, let's stop describing the titties.
I was trying to get it where he needed to be.
He doesn't need our fucking help. He has the internet, for Christ's sake.
Look, I just want to service our guys.
Stop servicing our viewers. They don't need service. They can service themselves.
But yeah,
That's what the internet is for.
no worries, Ocean. I got your back, buddy. But yes, I'm here for tits. What the fuck? See, you just got the chat angry. I'm here trying to get the chat excited. You're
Fuck, I'll draw them for next week. It's fine. I'll draw us as anime girls.
You've done that for me before. Not for me, but to me before. I felt like it wasn't something I requested.
Yeah, for
You
me.
You,
This
you,
is for
you,
my-
you done
this
it
is for me.
You done it against
For
my
me.
will.
This is for
I did
me.
not want it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I'm glad it's lost Eve. I don't know where that picture is.
I'm sure I've got it somewhere on my
You
computer.
probably do. I'm just glad it's
It
not
may have been my
readily
old
available.
computer though, so I may not have it anymore.
Fair. Well, guys, that's the player versus player podcast. We're going to Louise and Levy's.
The player versus tit cast.
Yeah.
Player versus titty cast.
Tits cast.
Tits cast.
Would you spank it if your own? Not really.
You spank it to your own anime drawing. I could never
Nah.
do that because I drew it.
I could never do that because I just don't find myself attractive.
Oh, I would make it plenty attractive.
I mean, like from maybe the neck down, but my face is just I don't think I have a face not even a mother could love, but that's just me.
We'll see.
You know.
We'll see what you look like when I'm done with you.
I was just gonna give me that artistic upgrade. Are you? It's kind of like the plastic surgery for artists, though. It's like you're just giving me artistic enhancements.
I'm just gonna draw a big dick on you.
But, that's you make sure you put it right on my forehead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I want to do that thing where I'm fucking you from top and. Right, we're going to end this podcast. We're going to love yous and leave yous, guys. We'll be back. If I were gay, I would say, see, look at Tom being beautiful like that. But we're going to be back next week for the more player versus player, guys. I want to thank Cosmic Bacon for being here. He is here despite everything. He should not be here right now. He is not feeling well. He's a sick boy. went out of his way to make sure he's here to give you some entertainment tonight, guys.
And not in like a deviant kind of way, like that kind of sick.
He's got food poisoning. So he's sitting here going through this with food poisoning. So we got to give him a lot of love, guys. Please send your love to Cosmic Bacon. Guys, you can check out the Player vs. Player Player vs. Player Twitter below. It's PVS Podcast on Twitter. Please do check it out. Hit the follow button. We need more suggestions for next week's head-to-head. So if you're in our Discord, send us some suggestions through the Discord. If not, you can send it to us on the Twitter at PVS Podcast. As well as that there, we still have the YouTube as well, guys. These episodes on Twitch go into a lock state. I've said it's only subscribers can do it, can watch them on Twitch. But if you want to watch it for free, you got to check out on Wednesday where we release the VOD on YouTube. And you can check out our YouTube channel below the player, guys. Please, 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 if you're not already subbed to our YouTube channel, please do. We're trying to
fucking do it.
Trying to get to 100 subs. We just want a custom URL. We just want a custom URL instead of like youtube.com/gobbledygook. Okay? We want some like solid player versus player podcast in the goddamn fucking thing. We don't need abstract nonsense of YM2T3GVS. But anyway, you majestic son of a bitch. Look at you just do that hair flick. You have just made like everyone right now
I
right.
never see you do that.
Me?
Yeah.
My hair's not great for it, if I'm honest.
That was more of just a. Oh, there you go. That's better. You can have to go like back in that.
That's it. I was trying not to hit the mic.
Oh, okay. There we go. Your beard moves more than your hair.
I know my beard's like small compared to my hair. But yeah, my hair. I think the chat never able to see my hair these days because I got the headphones on. But yeah, I've got hair.
You do have the old hat on quite a lot.
I do have the hat on quite a lot, but yeah, I've got hair. But anyway, guys, we're gonna love yous. We're gonna leave yous, and if we're lucky, we'll see you next time, guys. Have a good one.
Mwah.
Peace.
Mwah.
Do you wanna?
What one do I have to hit?
That one.
The poop one.
That's the one. Yeah, you've hit the poop one. You hit the poop one. So
pooping?
we're now pooping on each other. Yeah. Now we can actually
I'm
shit
gonna
each other.
literally just run out of the room and have a shit.
That is fine. You go absolutely.
Actually, can I just have a shit in here?
Do you have a shit? Can you have a shit in that specific
Footstool?
footstool? Yeah, shit in my footstool. Because I can make use of that later. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about just considering like doing conservation in the sense that I'm just going to eat your shit.
Oh, you trying to like clone me?
Yeah, well, I'm going to do it for a really abstract way because I'm going to eat your poo,
Right.
and then I'm going to poo out your poo, and then I'm going to clone you from the mixed poo, and then we're going to have a poo child.
What a pile of shit.
It is a pile of shit. I don't think that's physically possible. Give it a go. Go, run, have a big poo.
Even though you're the only one here.
Yeah, but run.